Hey y'all, happy Saturday. Somebody let me know if you can hear me, right? Hey child bye, hey Triple Darkness Returns. Hey Lady Godiva, how y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Thanks for joining me. I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday, honey. I just had to pop on real quick to give my commentary and share my opinions with you guys, okay? Y'all please hit the like button as you're entering the room. As soon as some of my temporary moderators pop up, hey, just reading my book. How you doing? We'll get started because I'm gonna need somebody to write my title in the chat so that I won't remember, that I won't forget to talk about anything. Hey, Journey. Journey, you gonna be my temporary moderator today? Oh, no problem, child. Bye. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, okay? I hate to say that every time I start the video. It is a pet peeve of mine, child. Hey, Sade. Um, the way that some of these videos get started. Thank you, Journey. Hey, Brian, how you doing? And so, I hate it when I click on a video, y'all, and they click the live button. They don't have no music playing or nothing. And then, no, I didn't hear about that, Sade. And so, it's a pet. Some of the intros be too long. I like to get right down to it. I'm like, oh my God. They be trying to tell a life story before they get started with the video, and then sometimes they keep getting sidetracked. It just be a lot going on. I'm like, oh my God, what is the deal? So I try to avoid that, basically, right? And so anyway, let's get started, child. Right. So Journey, thank you, Journey. Could you write my the title of my video in the chat so that I won't forget to talk about what it is that I want to talk about, child? Thank you, Journey. Y'all, Journey is my number one temporary moderator. Okay, she don't never let me down. Hey, Blackberry Molasses, I love that name, Blackberry Molasses. Blackberry Molasses. Hey, y'all remember that song? Hey, Jill's Comfort Zone. Hey, it's Shaka. I know I'm murdering your name. Hey, Harris. I'm gonna have to call you Harris, girl. Child. But anyway, it's been a lot going on, or a little bit. It's been more going on, in my opinion, when it comes to entertainment news. And I want to talk about that. I want y'all to tell me, per the title of the video, what do you guys want me to talk about first, right? Do y'all want me to talk about Jay Wilson's No Begging campaign? Do y'all want me to talk about the uppity chick? Or do y'all want me to talk about Diddy's situation with Cassie first? You love that song, Blackberry? Me too. I love it. I love it. So anyway, child, before wow, Journey is typing my title so that I won't forget to talk about anything so I can highlight it. If you like to give a tip in the tip jar, in the Cash App tip jar, the super chat button, child tip jar, feel free to do so. I appreciate you guys' support. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. And also, hey Miss Ra, and oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, before we get started, I want to mention that what is his name? What's the child's name? Official D Spot is hey Karina, explain Cassie's situation. Okay. Um, get the diddler out of the way first. Okay, just read my book. And so child, uh official D Spot is having his charcuterie board challenge tonight. I hope that you guys are going to pop in, give him a click, a view, show support. I think it's going to be real good. I love charcuterie boards. Um, And so I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen. And so, yeah, I think that's going to be great tonight. So y'all pop in for that challenge. We got so many challenges around here now, chat. I can't keep up. Okay. But it's something to do. It's interesting. You know what I mean? It's interesting. And so I am always here for a good challenge. And if that's what they doing now, that's what they doing, chat. I don't have nothing to complain about. I like the challenges, right? So far. And so, but yeah, I'm excited to see D Spot Security Board Challenge is very. I think it's different, and I think it's gonna be a good time. Hey, George, how you doing, girl? I ain't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing fine too. Brian says I'm interested in seeing out. Yeah, me too, Brian. I think yeah, cause you can you can put anything on a charcuterie board. I'm looking for I can't wait to see everybody's idea of what their charcuterie board should be. And like you said, a lot of different foods you can put on there, and so I think it's going to be interesting. But anyway, I hope you guys will show support to D Spot. D Spot done drug Uppity last night on the video, but I know y'all want to talk about Diddy first. But let me just say this, right? Child, Uppity, child, they don't like you. You got a whole lot of people not liking you cause you talk too much, girl. And then you letting Brianna and Pazar, they using you, girl. They sending you off or sending you out is what we used to call it back in the day. Y'all hit the like button, okay? They sending you out, girl. They got you up on their panels acting like a fool to get clicks and views, honey. You are the number one content at this point in time. Um, well, I think she's just a clown, Blackberry. George said, "Oh, we are wonderful, gearing up for the holidays." I know, girl, me too, child, me too. I hope all is well with you and your. Yeah, we're doing fine. Thank God is good. We're doing fine, George. Thank God. You know. And so Blackberry Molested says Uppity is a chaos demon. Well, I think she a clown, like I said, Blackberry, and she being used, right? She got Brianna and Pizarro acting like that they are on their side. And she don't have enough sense to know that they ain't doing nothing but using her for content, right? Girl, they are not on your side. They just want to use you for content, right? So you got dragged so bad last night, Brianna had to hide the video. Okay, you got D Spot dragging you, and I heard a little bit of that video last night. I was like in and out because I was busy. But wasn't Triple Red X dragging her too? It was a lot going on with that video, right? And so if the video was cool, why she hide the video? The reason why she hid the video is because number one, she was allowing them to drag you through the mud, child. All right, and then she want to act like she like you and stuff, which she really don't. She just uses you for content, so that's why she hid the video. But girl, you ain't the first one they done used for content. They used what's that Gator lady, the robot looking lady. They used her for content. MU for content. Hey, Trouble Woman. I mean, that's kind of their thing. And now Uppity is so slow, or she a clown. She too silly to be a chaos demon, and I don't mean no harm. I ain't got nothing against the lady. I'm just trying to tell a girl they using you. They using you for content. Okay, but then you out here making all these enemies and stuff, and they dragging you through the mud, and you ain't got sense enough to have to hush, girl, hush. You got Ness over there dragging you because evidently you was on doing some kind of drunk live last night. I'm like, girl, you be out here all delusional and stuff, and just talking nonsense. Then the whole time they getting a good kiki. They ain't laughing with you, girl. They laughing at you. I just want you to know that uppity. They don't like you, girl. She starts confusion, then plays victim, and she uses that sweet baby as bait. Child, these spots should have. He wasn't wrong. Child, I know he wasn't wrong. She said the vid wasn't going to be up, but for a few hours. Is that right? But she could have kept that video up, child. She could have kept it up if she wanted to. Okay, it was good content to be quite honest. But she took the video down for real for a reason. Okay. She talks trash, then always delete the videos. Punk move. Who are you talking about? The uppity chick? Yeah, I've never really had any interaction with her, but you know what I mean. She want to be a clown, be a clown. All the world loves a clown, girl. I'm just saying. You be out here making enemies for no reason, like you talk crazy. Oh, is it back up? Okay. Well, if it's back up, y'all really need to go look at it. So I don't know if it's back up or not, but the last time I checked, which was before I came on, it wasn't back up. So maybe she put it back up. Maybe they was asking her why they took. But then again, I thought she put it on the members only thing. You know, I can't stand her. I would never like her. I see through her. Well, I see through all of them, her included. Okay. And why she get upset when she lose the challenges and stuff? I'm like, girl, calm down. You are an adult. And then she talks so much stuff. They end up doxing her, and oh, it's just bad. And did she really get on camera drunk last night? But I heard that she does that all the time. They're just a whole clown, not a chaos demon, just a clown. And then the more you talk, the worse you look, uppity. Because you can't never walk back what they found out about you, child. You can't walk it back. There is no walking it back. at all. I'm just saying. But anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Cause like I said, oh Lord, it's just you just giving them content. I heard Ness over there dragging, dragging or whatever, and I don't even know why her and Ness is into it. But oh child, they're gonna forever talk about you, and that docs, and it's never gonna go away. And the more you talk, the worse it get. And as far as messing with the boys, like D-Spot them, girl. She drinks and smokes every night. That's how she lost her kid. Child, ain't no unbought. Uh, I heard that information too, and I was like, oh my God, it was just a travesty. But she's still out here talking stuff and making enemies, child, and being used for content. But I guess that's what she want or whatever. You know, the reason why they put a battery in your back because they know they put a battery in your back, girl, so you can come out here and look even more foolish, right? That's what I think about it. But I had been noticing it. I was like, don't she realize she's being used for content? She a whole fool. But she's not embarrassed. You know why? Because and there are a lot of people on here that should be embarrassed that are not. A couple of them in particular. The ones some people you can go so low that you don't have no shame. And so that's why she got embarrassed because she don't have no shame. You see what I'm saying? But it's a couple of them on here. Hey, how you doing the T Lounge? That don't have no shame. They done so much, and everybody done seen it that they don't have no shame. And I be just shaking my head. That's amazing to me. I be like, oh Lord. And then the things that they be calling people out on are the things that they have done, you know. So I just find it very interesting. hmm How you gonna call somebody a crackhead or a drunk when you done been a crackhead and you a drunk? Like make it make sense. Yeah, I think she is a little bit delusional. Some people tell so many lies to themselves that they start believing it. You know what I mean? And that's part of not having no shame. You know. But as far as Brianna and Pizarro using her for content, like I said, it ain't the first time and it won't be the last because they are delusional too. And y'all know I always done said that. You know. Oh, and let me tell y'all this before I forget. So the other night I was listening to Ronnie Q, right? And she was up there talking about Uppity, right? Because she is into it with Uppity too, because Uppity spoke on her marriage or something like that, right? So she up there and she talking about Uppity and Brianna, and then she put this picture of this fat lady sitting on the porch, and she was referring to Uppity, right? So Brianna hits the link and she said, "Who is that, Olivia?" I'm like, why is she even saying my name? Why would you say my name when you know I'm gonna drag you? Do you want some attention? Because I think I had said something earlier about Pizarro, and her, her false outrage or what, up hollering and screaming at midnight, okay, in her car. I'm like, who does that? But anyway, she gets up there, and I got that picture for y'all too. I'm gonna show you how delusional she is. I'm glad you said that, Blackberry, because I almost forgot. I'm like, why is she gonna get up there and say who? The reason why she got up there when Ronnie Q put that picture up, she got up there and said, "Who is that, Olivia?" I said, "Oh, she trying to play it out. She thought that picture was for her. She know that picture wasn't for me, but it was actually for Uppity." And I'm thinking, but it looked like you. Is that why you got up there and said that? So you trying to make people think I'm bigger than you just because you own Ozempic and the Ozempic got you losing weight. When you get off the Ozempic, when they tell you you can't take it no more, girl, you're gonna blow up even bigger than you was before, child. Okay, but never would I ever be as big as you. All right, but I tell you what we can do though. Let me show y'all this picture before I go any further. I'm like, no, she didn't say my name. Out the blue, she gonna say my name. Why would you say my name, girl? Anyway, moving right along. So here's the picture that she put up, right? I wish I can take this down. Hold on a minute. Hey soul sister. Hey everybody that came in, please hit the like button. So I want to take that down so y'all can see that they say Brianna need content. Evidently. And they had the nerve one time to even put up my name, bring my name in her mouth talking about it's the holidays and I'm trying to get paid for the holidays. Y'all know that's not my MO. I don't do the begging campaigns, honey, like they do. The only thing I say, YouTube asked you, YouTube said it's okay for you to use crowdfunding, right? But they go overboard with the crowdfunding. They straight be begging, you know. But she tried to say that about me, and she know that's not my MO. You just want to get up there and lie. But anyway, this the photo, the one down here at the bottom. You see that thing on the top? The reason why I put these pictures of me and her up is because they look like the woman got a puff in the top of her head. So when Brianna see that picture, she was like, "Oh, that looked like me." But let me get up here and play it off and ask the question: is that Olivia? Girl, I can never be big as you. But I tell you what, Brianna, when you lose all the weight you think you don't want to lose, because you said you're gonna be snatched for 2024, right? So when you feel like you snatched, I want you to put up a whole body picture of you, and I'm gonna put up a whole body picture of me. That's my challenge to you, girl. So take your time, but when you think you done lost all the weight that you want to use, girl, when you think you snatched, okay, in your early 30s, having to take Ozempic, you let me know. And then I put a whole body picture up of my 50-plus-year-old butt, okay? And then we gonna see. Now you thought that picture looked like you. That's the reason why you try to get up here and play it off. Girl, I would never ever be big as you in my whole life, okay? See, the problem with this stuff is they go around and use these hey the young MIA. They go around and put up they find these pictures on your video and they blow up the videos, or they'll find you and stop the video, on a part where you're not looking so good, and all of this and all that. That's how they did me one time, blew up the picture. And I think what's his name did me like it. Jay Wilson found this old video of me on my niece's channel, and so I guess but I had already showed my face. I don't know what was the purpose of that. And then this big old buffalo started calling me DL because I happened to be limping that day because I hurt my knee, right? And so she done ran with that. She got some kind of competition with her big buffalo lord butt in her mind when it comes to me and her. But girl, there is no competition. Why do you feel like you got some competition with a 50-plus-year-old woman and you in your early 30s? That says something about you right there. You are delusional. Okay, but you got up there and said it because you know that picture looked like you, honey. So I put up my picture with my little bump in the top of my head and hers, and then the one at the bottom. See, that's why I did that. Girl, you got the nerve looking like a buffalo, a bison, and a big old cow at the same time with that big old nose of yours. Okay? It ain't my fault. Child. Hey, Olivia and child. Brianna ain't been back to the gym. Right. She done realize that, hey, I don't have to go to the gym. All I gotta do is take a shot to lose weight. No, you supposed to exercise too. Okay? Hey, Lady T. I'm just saying. The nerve of this heifer. Tell me something, is that Olivia? No, honey, it's you. And she wasn't even talking about you or me. She was talking about Uppity. Okay? But because it resembled you, like I said, you felt like you had to get up there and say something. Girl, I don't know why you trying to take shots at somebody that ain't taking shots at you. You know I ain't the young MIA, you a mess. I don't know why she wanted to do that. I don't know if she felt left out. I think she a masochist because she know when she say my name and I find out about it, I'm gonna drag her. She already know that. I'm gonna drag that big bison through the mud. Okay? With your delusionary self. You are delusional. Okay? Doing a short over there last night because they at the Olive Garden and they was talking about something, I guess endless pasta or something. And she got her friends on there talking about how much pasta they done ate. And she goes to say, I just ate half a plate of pasta. Well, after you ate half a plate of pasta, honey, what was the entree? Huh? What you eat? How much you eat after that? Okay? You ain't nothing but a big old Jersey bull. You got your nerves. Look at you, looking goofy. The mister, hey Olivia, do you know the shots she take are known to cause stomach? Yes, I do. Uh-huh. Known to cause stomach paralysis. Yes, yes, they are. Mm-hmm. I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Brianna thinks you're a delicious Kobe steak. You a mess, young MIA. Yeah, but I found that fascinating. I said the nerve of this heifer. Gonna hit the link and say, "Is it me?" Okay. And then Ronnie Q gonna say, "Well, I guess you really can't tell the difference," or something that she said. Okay. And I find it fascinating how she got Brianna. She's so cool with Brianna and them now. I'm talking about Ronnie Q. When she used to be on my channel dragging them, especially Brianna, with me. But she turns content creator and now she fake cool with them. Girl, you know you don't like them, Ronnie Q. You're just faking it for the fun to get their viewers, child. These people are amazing to me. Child. What you mean interesting, Trey, about the uppity chick? Yeah, they don't like her, they just using her, you know. Then she tried to start a beef with me one time for no reason. She said I got up on her channel now to promote my video. I was like, girl, I ain't gotta get up on your channel to promote my video. Child. Mm-mm. Right. The message Ronnie Q is a follower. I don't think she a follower. I don't think that, but I think she is using them, cause she monetized and she want her channel to keep growing. And so yeah, I guess that's why she acting like she like them now. But no, she used to drag them with me on my channel until we fell out. All right. But I find that interesting. But like I said, I ain't got no beef with the lady. But I just find it interesting how she used to drag them with me over on the channel. Now they all buddy buddy and they cool. Child, people in their selective memories. Mm-mm. I ain't never seen nothing like it. But Brianna, girl, you notice that picture at the bottom reminded you of yourself while you try to get up there and play it off. You know I'ma drag you when I find out about it. I don't know why you be saying my name, you big old bull. Look at your nose. It's so big because you can't breathe. Your neck done went down. Okay, while you making them half shots, and you don't never show the bottom part, right? And when you show the bottom part, it's a no for everybody. Okay, while they over there lying to you, your nose ain't went down because your body still can't breathe, honey. It's still not getting enough oxygen to it. The old Ozempic clearly is not working for the bottom half. Okay, and don't you know when you lose weight, the fat goes all the way to the bottom, child. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You got that right, Miss Ra. Hey, dear self, dear sister, hello, Miss Olivia. Dropped out the clouds to say, hold on, let me go back. Uh, dropped out the clouds to say, I always say that about Ronnie Q. She was dragging them youngins with me too until the last day. We were cool. She is so phony, child. I, dear self, she used to drag them with me too. So I feel you. So fake, so phony, such a fraud. But anyway, it is what it is. Okay. Now let her go over there and holler at me about that comment. All right. Holler to the top of her lungs. Everybody remember when you used to we used to drag them together. And she really used to be on Brianna. Okay. But now y'all cool. Okay, girl. Hands down alert. Something sweet memes of Brianna. Hands down alert. Child. Bree thinks she can eat what she wants on them shots. And the people who stopped taking the shots they gained back double. Mm-hmm. Hey Ronnie Q, how you doing? I don't have a YouTube ship with Bree to consider. I didn't say you had a YouTube ship with Bree. I didn't. Somebody in the chat said I said it's fascinating how y'all cool now, and you know you don't like them for real. And we used to drag them together on my channel. But the other night when you put up that picture talking about Uppity and Brianna got up there and said, "Is it Olivia?" And then you said what you said, like you can't tell them apart or whatever. Brianna can't talk about nobody. And as far as that Uppity chick go, I don't really know her like that, but no, honey, we don't have nothing in common, and you don't like them anyway, for real. But I understand, you want to get your channel up and running and all this and all that, and that's cool. Mm-hmm. I don't know what you and Dovey got going on. I ain't worried about that stuff, child. Ain't none of my business. It'll leave you to OracleSpeaks. I was addressing the person who said it too. You talking about Brianna, but I heard you say something like, I realized you can't tell them apart or something like it. And I was like, oh, that was shade for nothing. It's just like you trying to start a beef with me for nothing, Ronnie Q. You know me and you really ain't got no beef. you know. But that day you went over there and said, implied that I was promoting my video on your channel. I was like, wow, is that what you really think about me? I don't have to promote my videos on nobody's channel. I've been around here for so long. And I'm talking about on YouTube in general, you know. So yeah, I just thought that was real phony. You heard it to the messenger. I went over there and I looked at it. Cause you the one left me the message, right? The messenger about what Brianna had said. She know that picture reminded her of herself. I was like, wow, okay, all right, girl. But you know I'm gonna drag your big buffalo ass, right? You can't talk about nobody, you big dumpling. All right, the nerve. But like I said, girl, here comes the clout chats. Ugly goes live to talk about you. Who you talk black? Who's doing that? Blackberry molasses. Uh, Journey says a lot of CCs are flip floppers. In my opinion, friends today, enemies tomorrow. Well, yeah, that's the name of the game. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just content. Some people don't take it personally, but child, that big hungry hippo can't talk about nobody. Okay, she dang sure can't talk about me. All right, you want so bad in your mind, Brianna, to think somebody is on this in this sector bigger than you, girl. Ain't nobody over here bigger than you. All right, you might as well deal with it. But every time you got the nerve to come on here and talk about me, you know I'm a drag dumpling. Over time, I ate half a bowl of pasta, but girl, how much did you eat after that? What your entree look like? Child. Anyway, moving right along. But as far as the uppity chick go, she got all these enemies out here. She talking about everybody. Girl, you a clown. That's why every time you open your mouth uppity against somebody, they gonna drag you. Because you got so much to drag. 223 watching 30. Y'all please hit the like button. Please just take a moment to hit the like button. I'm begging for likes this morning. Not money, but likes. It's free. If y'all don't mind. Thank you. You don't have to, but if you like the content, you like the video, please hit the like button. I appreciate it. But anyway, I got veered off to the side about my commentary, didn't I? Mm. Yeah, you talking about Brianna. She always talking about somebody. Can't talk about nobody. That's the delusion. Okay? That is the delusion, honey. The nerve. Sure. I feel you anyway. Move right along. Let me get to my content. But anyway, that's what I had to say to the uppity chick. They're using you, girl. They don't like you. A whole bunch of people is using you for content around here. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Brian said I liked it twice. Oh, you talking about uppity. Oh, okay. Child. She really can't call nobody uppity. What's up with that wig she got on? If she had any friends on here, they would tell her to take that wig off because it's unbecoming. Hey, something sweet. How you doing, love? Mm-mm. Something sweet said everyone dragged you, Dovey, for being supportive of racist behavior. Ronnie still helped you get funds for a room after just read my book and Sugarfoot kicked you out. And Dovey, you went Dovey done got try to call herself dragging me on Brianna's channel one time too for nothing. And me and Miss Dovey ain't never got into it. I didn't even understand what that was about, but I was like, child, bye. Anyway, moving right along. That's what I felt about that. Mr. said, Miss Olivia, do you believe what Nika said the other day about the men having it easy in the B sector and the women have to work for it? Yes, I do agree with that. I sure do. Mm-hmm. So Dovey says, Ronnie Q, when you go live, if you want to talk about it, I'm open. Child. But Miss Dovey, you did me like that too. You really owe me an apology. Because you went in on me just because you was on Brianna's panel. We don't have no beef. You went in on me for no reason. That is crazy. No, make no sense. Shoot. I hit the wrong button and I about knocked myself out the chat. Interesting. So this sector is male identified, whether they're straight or not. I don't know if the sector is so much male identified. It's just that well, in a way, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what you call it. It's really deeper than that. I wouldn't even call it male identified so much as I would. It's par for the course, even offline in the community. Me and how always have it easier. Used to like Dovey, but she flip flops for no She flip flopped on me for no reason. Of course, she's open. She needs something to go live about her later, child. My thing is, Miss Dovey, you went wrong when you asked people to bring their kids on here. Why in the world would somebody bring their kids on here? My goodness. You should have thought about that a little longer, in my opinion. In my opinion. Let me get this out because I'm sick of looking at it. But I just had to show y'all that. That was very interesting to me why she would do something like that. But anyway, people have already formed their line. That's true. But you know me, child, I stand alone. I ain't with that drama. The women are desperate for male acceptance. Even mingling with misogynistic men for other sex. Yeah, I agree. And that's across YouTube in these predominantly black sectors. Y'all know I started off in the old black sector, right? Or conscious sector, what they are, not necessarily conscious sector, but the old black sector. Over there with Cynthia G and the men are so misogynistic that when I realized what was going on, I just started going at them. It's ridiculous. Mm-mm. They have damaged relationships with their sons, so they seek male acceptance. Well, that's unfortunate. hmm Some of these people will sell their souls. I agree with that, the messenger. Oh, I'm glad. That's a perfect segue. You welcome, Dovey, but thank you for what? Because you owe me an apology. You still didn't apologize. But thank you for what, girl? Mm-mm. Content. You welcome. But anyway, moving right along. Moving right along. Let me put my if anybody got something to say about oh my god, what am I doing? Y'all, I keep messing up. I don't know what's going on with me today. And these dang on buttons getting on my nerve. I'm trying to drop the link. That's what I was trying to do. I done knocked myself out the video and oh, I'm glad I'm my own person. I am not looking. That's right, Jill. That is child. I got people liking me in real life. I don't have to join up with nobody and call these people on the phone and have friends. Child, that is not my world. But to each his own, child, to each his own. But anyway, the second part of my video, like I said, the mister had a perfect segue. And I wish everyone could just keep it real right on this darn app and stop being fake, child. To each his own. The messenger says some people will sell their soul for a coin. And like I said, that was a perfect segue to what I want to talk about now. You did go off on me on Brianna's panel, Miss Dovey. Do you not remember? You call yourself dragging me for no reason on Brianna's panel. It was a while ago. Maybe you don't remember. I don't know. But like I said, we've never had any beef, Miss Dovey. Maybe you thought I didn't hear it, but I heard it. But we still don't have no beef. I don't beef with nobody anymore. I just do commentary. So that was like a waste of breath when it came to me because I don't beef anymore. But I do my commentary. Mm-hmm. It's causes echo. Am I echoing, y'all? Please wear headphones to avoid the echo. Oh, they probably said it because I dropped the link. Okay. Y'all gonna have to let me know if I'm echoing. Who is this that hit? Oh, is this? I wonder is this Miss Dovey for real? Let me put up my Let me put up my what you call it? Chat. Hold on. Is this Miss Dovey?
Yes, Miss Olivia,
Dovey?
you echo. Yes, you
Yeah.
echoing in the back on me.
Okay. Well, hold on a minute. Let me put my headphones on. But anyway, Dovey, you did do that. I remember when you did
Oh,
it.
but no, no, no. Okay, when you put on your headphone, then me and you a basic talk. I think so. It's about time.
Okay. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Let me get my headphones. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it says something going on with YouTube. That's why I'm echoing.
Yeah,
How
I am too. I hear it.
StreamYard?
I got a
StreamYard.
new
It's Stream.
tablet this weekend. It's still echo.
Yeah, it's StreamYard. Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Am I echoing now?
No,
I'm not
you
echoing
good?
now. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
I put my headphones on.
Okay,
Okay,
okay.
let me
Thank you.
take this thing off of here.
Okay,
Go
you
ahead.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Thank you.
Uh huh.
Thank you, Miss Olivia, for welcoming me up on your panel. I just have
No
to get
problem.
something straightened with you. I didn't go off on you on in Brianna panel. No, I didn't
But
never. I
but you.
was over there in my yard. No, I was over in my yard. And
Uh huh.
it was I'm gonna put it like this. It was a troll came and told me Miss Olivia is over there dragging you by me and old big stink. I said, for what? Why?
Uh huh.
And I had don't had enough. I didn't even come as myself to see what you were saying because I was live. And
Uh
I
huh.
like, why the fuck? Then, it was like that everybody basically was like going like basically like taking her side. You know her,
Mhm.
just stand neutral and just see this shit play out. So that's
Mhm.
what I got to say. It was not on Brianna panel. I did that on my own. Whenever I get ready to
Right.
go off with somebody, I don't like to be disturbed and cut off.
Mhm.
I go show
Mhm.
my ass in my yard. I never
Mhm.
did or said anything to you about, but yeah, when you was mentioning it, yeah, don't come to me. Go over to Miss Olivia. She is dragging you about me and that other damn that stank ass woman. So that's what it was.
What? Wait. Wait. What woman? Because I've never dragged you about
Okay, okay,
anything, Miss Doe.
that woman, Renee, just read my book.
Oh,
That's
why would
what
I
it said.
drag
But
you about? Wait a minute. I
uh,
don't have nothing to do. I don't have
yes,
nothing to do with what went on between you and just read my book, Dovey. That was a lie. So they sent you
yeah,
out for no reason.
yeah, it was told to me. And then also too, I was
You
alive
should
when
have
you was
came,
alive.
but you should have came, but you should have came and looked, Dovey.
Okay, but look, let me tell you something, Miss Olivia. Yes, I was wrong. I should have came and looked for myself. But right then at
Yeah.
that time that I was so furious because the shit had just jumped off.
Mhm.
And it like I didn't want to hear. The only thing I seen was my way. Later on,
Mhm.
when it cooled off, then I see, and I would basically like go into, but because that I'm basically in your chat, that's why I respond to the
Mhm.
hit the link. Because I was still,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm still like still right now as my way.
Mhm.
So
Well, Dovey, I
without
wish you
that,
would have.
when it happened, tell you, Miss Olivia, I don't even know what you said. Only thing that they
But I
that
wasn't dragging you though. I wasn't. I
and
wasn't
I'm like,
dragging you
oh
though.
my fuck, how? How in the fuck did this here get like this here? But I'm gonna say this here. I apologize because I didn't come and see. But no, I don't apologize for what I had. Don't say because everything was all damn heated up.
Yeah,
That's
all I'm
all.
saying is I didn't drag you though. I never dragged you about what you had going on with just read my book. Cause see, you, me, and just read my book, we too old to be acting like that. And if
Yeah.
somebody said something about me, I'm going to do my due diligence and go find out first. Do you see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And that's why I was talking about Brianna a few minutes ago. Because
Right.
the messenger had said Brianna said something about me over there at Ronnie Q's, and I went to see for myself, what was
Mhm.
said, because I wasn't listening to her video at the time. But before I said something about it, I want to go see for myself, and that's what
Okay.
I did. And that's what I
Okay.
did. But I would never, Right,
Yeah.
but you're not apologizing for what you said, but I didn't drag you. So however
Okay.
you was going off on me, it was wrong. And like that's why I said I wish you would have looked at the video
Terrible.
first. Cause never
Mm.
I've never drove dragged you, Dovey, about nothing.
That's why I was so hurt now. So okay, now back. Now this here, what that me and you discussing. Now Miss Olivia, my mind is just totally goddamn. But at that moment in time, it's so damn effed up about it because I'm still angry about it. I would say right now that I apologize, but I can't really say at that then that moment of time that I want to go ahead on and see or hear. I was so damn messed up. But
I know
right
you was
now,
messed up, but that didn't have nothing to do with me. And thanks for apologizing, but not apologizing. Because
you
what
know
you're
what?
really saying is sorry, but not sorry. But I respect that, though. We don't have to keep going back and forth. I respect it. It is what it
When
is. But
when
just know that I didn't say anything derogatory
okay,
about you. And I didn't have
okay.
nothing to do with that. Just read my book and your situation. A lot of people on here drag you about a lot of stuff, but me, I've never drug you about your business. That's on you what you do.
Okay, look. Now, me and you, wait a minute, I don't know. Miss Olivia, I'm sorry. I'm trying to hear. I don't got a new tablet this week. Them folks is out there getting away free, and I still hear a little echo. But anyway, let me just try to overtalk, get it back with the echo that I'm hearing in my ear. I did not. It was so damn messed up. Me and you talk. I talk to you now with all due respect to you. But I never did. I went off for every damn body that was coming in and saying this, that, and other. I didn't want to see what nobody would have to say. So right now here, I would say to you, sorry, but no sorry. But to bring it up, I apologize. Yes, I should have come and see. But right there at the moment at the time, yeah, I hope that you can see. But I am apologizing to the wrap it all up. I am apologizing. But it was a total messed up thing, and you said you didn't. I didn't even see a video. I didn't see it on video. I just know it was totally damn messed up it with the situation. I didn't never drug you over there in Brianna. I never drug you over there. That was over there
But
in
you,
my
but
yard.
you did drag me over that Brianna. So maybe you don't remember because you were
Yeah,
so mad.
I know this woman. I know with this here, just read what that lady name, just read my book, Renee T.
Mm.
That I did that on my own. Cause usually when I'm going ahead to drag, I don't like to be basically like disturbed. I usually have a full platform in my yard. But just for this here and myself, I completely apologize. I should have come and look at the video for myself, but I didn't want to hear nothing. So that is what
All
I
right.
have.
Well, thank you.
Okay, and
Thank you
that
for
being
the
said,
thank you for the sorry not sorry. And it don't matter. It's just content. I was really mentioning it in reference of people carrying bones. And like I said before, when somebody bring me a bone, it's cool, but I go look at it first. You know,
mhm,
and before I decide what I'm gonna do, I go look for myself. I do my
mhm,
own research. I don't go off of what somebody is dropping down in the chat. I
right,
don't
it's
because you can
coming.
end up looking like a fool, you know.
Yeah, and that's basically what is happening right now. But I still, yeah, it's still basic. Yes, that's what I look like now as a damn food. I should have come
No, you
and
don't look
looked at
like a fool. You don't look like a
but
fool. I was
but
just saying, but it's just content. You don't look like a fool. And
right.
that was just your decision. And you don't have to
And
say that, Dovey. It's really no problem. I was just mentioning it in reference, Dovey.
okay, okay. And another thing, let me see what I have here. With Ronnie Q. Yes, what that damn woman name? I keep on getting that from you. That damn woman, what her name? Renee, just read my book. She could
Uh huh.
not put me out. I left. I had left. It's nothing that she could have did about it. I left. Because you know why I left? It had don't got so damn heated. And I know what things are going to go left. And when people are sending me money, why is the fuck I'm going to stay and stir in the damn shit? just go ahead on and leave because if you got money to go. So if I were to did something, I would have had the rest of my life to think about it. She could put me out. She tried. That's all that she could do is just scream and holler. She tried, but she couldn't put me out. But I left. Ronnie Q came up there. Ronnie Q and Sir Q and somebody else. I can't remember who the person was. Came up there. I thank Ronnie Q. But still yet, when Ronnie Q had her event, um, Ronnie Q never did apologize with this here shit. What that man name was? Lord Commerce. I don't know what Lord Commerce was doing out there in the street with
Well, wait a
everybody.
minute.
Because
Let me
I didn't.
stop you, Dovey. I don't want to discuss
Okay.
that person on my channel. You know I don't go for stuff
Okay,
like
okay,
that.
I'm sorry.
That's a no for
Oh,
me.
okay, okay,
But
okay, little lady.
let me go on. But let me say this, Dovey. Thank you so much for coming up. But I'm gonna have to drop you down so I can go on with the rest of my commentary, okay? But
Okay,
thank you for
thank you,
coming
little
up.
lady. Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, let me.
Hold on, I'm trying to wait for Dovey to drop down so I can continue my commentary because it's an echo and it's driving me crazy.
It should be on.
It's not. I still see you. Okay, y'all. I don't hear echo anymore. hmm Oh yeah, Lady T. I don't, child. It's just commentary. You know what I mean, Lady T? You know me. Maybe I have to drop Dovey off myself. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. 1 minute. Let me see if I can. Okay. All right. So I removed it from the stage myself. Do y'all still hear echo? If y'all do, let me know. Something sweet you a mess, child. oh, just fine, Lady Tia. Just fine. I don't really do uh my jewelry and stuff. Well, I do it on and off, but not as much as I do in the summertime when I'm going to the events and stuff. No echo. Thank you, Kenna. Okay, thank you. But anyway, y'all, uh, I don't know how we segued into that because, like I said, I was just using it as a reference point as to you know, whatever I was talking about before. But them carrying bones and people going live, and when somebody dropped down in the chat and they're using their what they said, most of the times they're just doing that to get something started. And I always oh thank you, Lady T, and I always go check for myself, you know, to see what was going on and what's been said. If I want to say something about it, if I even and then most of the time I'm just using it for content anyway, so it ain't never that deep for me, child. You know. And so anyway, moving right along, child. Moving right along. I was talking about Uppity and how they was using her, and they really don't like her for real. But that's on her. I don't have nothing to do with that lady either. I don't have no beef with that lady either. But she out here beefing with all these people because they are using her for content. The more she talk, the more she gonna get dragged. But okay, girl. Okay, don't shoot the messenger, Uppity. I just want to let you know what was going on in case you didn't know what was going on. They not laughing with you, they laughing at you. But everybody got to do what they got to do, right? So anyway, the next thing I want to talk about, I believe, was Jay Wilson's no begging campaign, right? Now I find this very interesting, right? It's giving me a good kiki. Hey, Simply Me. Hey, everybody that came in too, by the way. Thank y'all so much, Miss Paulette. Something sweet. Thank all y'all for coming in. You know, but please hit the like button if y'all don't mind, okay? And so, when it comes to Jay Wilson, Jay Wilson did a video. Thank you, Lady Tia. Jay Wilson did a video, and I guess he was talking about begging. Now, I don't really pay attention to all that stuff when people be talking about who begging and who not begging and all of this and all that. I mean, you do what you do what you think is right when it comes to this YouTube thing, right? But evidently, some people, according to Jay Wilson, and I know he's right that some people have been touched in their spirit about that begging video, talking about people begging, right? Now, let me read this first. I had to ask Lady Nika to scroll up and read my message. Tell Dovey Miss O didn't say nothing bad about you in life. And she should go look. Yeah, she should go look for herself. You're right about that. Thanks, Miss B. She should have went for look for herself because I never dragged Dovey. I've never dragged her at all about nothing. One thing I know about you, you're gonna. Yeah, yes, Stephanie. It's just content for me. I don't have no reason to lie. So anyway, but thank you for that, Miss B. So Jay Wilson is now some people now I know for a fact Pizarro didn't appreciate what he said about the begging, right? But Jay Wilson is being kind of hypocritical, in my opinion, when it comes to this no begging campaign. And in my opinion, he uses some kind of reverse psychology because he begging but acting like he not begging. And when he go to Holland, and if people want to give to see me watch cook my turkey and all, but you still begging and you saying you not begging, but then you highlighting other people begging like Pizarro and them, but you begging too. So is it supposed to be reverse psychology with Jay Wilson? Like I'm kind of confused. And so anyway, Pizarro had a problem with it evidently because she did a video yesterday and she said, well, okay, Jay Wilson, you talking about us begging, we gonna beg. Everybody put their cash apps in the chat and all this and all that, and since we begging, we all gonna beg today. I said, what part of a media reverse psychology is she trying to do? Child, I got a good kiki out of that. I said, now wait a minute. Jay Wilson trying to say he not begging, but he begging, and Pizarro now she doing the same thing. I was like, yeah, right, folks beg in different ways. And so I'm like, okay, all right. So she was like, well, since you highlight my begging, I'm a beg. I'm like, okay. Child, but that goes back to some people having no shame. You know what I mean? Some people having no shame. But like Lady Tia said, folks beg in different ways. But Jay Wilson, you can't launch a no begging campaign when you begging. Okay? He is a manipulator. He do that church big, right? So he gonna do that. Now he talking about ha ha ha. They big mad, right? An oxymoron, Journey. You're right about that. Ha ha. They feel some kind of way, about my video about the begging. They big mad, and when he do go to do the videos like that, that mean he begging, dude. You begging. Okay, now you might can fool some of the people some of the time, like you and Pizarro, but you can't never fool me. And I just found it, and I ain't got nothing against it. I'm just saying, okay, you doing it, boy. You doing it. Do you? But I found it interesting. But as far as it, no begging campaign, you done lost Jay Wilson. You done lost that no begging campaign, so you can beg. I was like, Chad, do he think that Pizarro is begging better than him? Do he think Pizarro getting more cash apps than him? Is that why he did that? I'm like, Chad, okay. All right. They take it to another whole level, right? And then they gotta lie and manipulate. It's just like Brianna when she said I was over here trying to get holiday money. And I don't even know that came out the blue because if you guys have been watching me for years, y'all know that is not my MO. I was like, Chad, what are you talking about? So I just figured she said that it is a way to beg her own self. Chad, it's amazing. People be getting mad about the cash apps that other people get. Y'all know I don't never talk about people cash apps and stuff. You know why? Because I'm not concerned. Because what is for you is for you, and what is for me is for me. Okay? But all of those extra reverse psychology stuff, Jay Wilson, you, and Pizarro, and whoever else is doing, child, I am not impressed. You know? I know that's right, Kenna. Child. Jay Wilson uses scriptures to entertain his biggin. Right, and then he used that old lame stuff like uh when he talking about what did he say in particular? That's a big man, and then he went on to talk about if people want to give to watch me make my turkey and blah blah, they can give and all that. Nigga, that's you begging. Are you okay? Child. But anyway.
That's what I said. That whole campaign is a begging campaign. Okay, he just doing it different. He trying that reverse psychology stuff. And Pizarro, she ain't got no shame when it come to her begging. That's why she did the video that she did yesterday. Okay, and there was somebody else that had a problem with this video. Who was that? Uh, thank you, Kenna. No, I have not. That is not my mo. Hey, kind to me. That is not my mo. Mm-mm. Thank you, Kenna. Thank you for saying that. I don't know why she said that that day. That's the stuff that made me drag her big butt. Okay? Because she come over here with nonsense and lies. I'm like, girl, you need to leave me alone. You are a bit. You are too young to be so bitter. It is nobody's problem in life, Brianna, that you look the way that you look and you delusional. Okay? And your people over there clearly don't like you because they don't tell you the truth, girl. I guess they don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't mind with your bitter, evil self. You too big to be so mean, Brianna, okay? You need to be nice to everybody. Okay, girl? I'm just saying. hmm I think CC should ask for donations, etc. If entertaining, yeah, if you're entertaining the folks, and I ask, if you give me a tip in the Cash App tip jar or the super chat, if you entertained, by the commentary, because YouTube, it's hard to make a dollar on YouTube. YouTube even promotes crowdfunding, okay, but some people just go overboard. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, especially around the holidays, it's kind of too much. You know what I mean? But to each his own. But I just found it interesting about Jay Wilson launching a no begging campaign while he begging in the process. I was like, child, would you give me a break? Just like that whole, and then as far, let me tell you something about the challenge that Jay Wilson is doing, in my opinion, right? Now, this Jay Wilson, now y'all, Jay Wilson is slick, right? So he having his Christmas tree challenge and his home decor challenge, right? Now I don't know if he tell now take D spot challenge, right? The other day he told people how much he had in the pot, right? Hey, hey, Demetra. Demetra said, "Hi, Miss O, and all child who need a coat. A coat? I don't know, Demetra. Yeah, yeah. Anyway, he having the Christmas tree challenge and the home decor challenge, right? Now the difference between Jay Wilson's challenges and somebody like D Spot having this challenge. And hey, Kimmy girl, Miss O, sending you love. Thank you, you too, Kimmy. Kimmy, I'm so glad you've been doing your videos again, child. Kimmy, I heard you the other day, and I thought you said, shout out to Miss Olivia. I wasn't in your chat the other day, Kimmy, and I hope nobody don't have no troll page of me, child. But I said I was gonna mention it, and I forgot. But yeah, I wasn't in your chat. I was like, oh Lord, does somebody have a troll page of me? But anyway, thank you, Kimmy girl. So glad to see you back. I love your videos. You know I do. No CC should be asking for S. This time of year we need to be giving back. I agree. You know. And Brianna, she went over the very night she made that comment about me on Ronnie Q's panel. That's the very night she did a good thing, right? So you did a good thing, giving families that needed money back. But then you went right back over there with your dirty, evil, bitter self and made that comment about me because that picture looked like you. Girl, I was like, girl, because you were on my. Oh, thank you, Kimmy. Thank you. Cause I asked about you, child. I was like, "Where is Kimmy? Why she ain't been doing no videos?" Cause I know it's only a few people that I can look at, child, and Kimmy is one of them. All right, it's a few. Mm-hmm. Yes, but anyway, I found it interesting about Jay Wilson, child. Begging but not begging. Well, launching a no begging campaign. I got a good little kiki out of that. But I agree with Kimmy. Absolutely, absolutely. Not the way that not the way that they so blatantly do it. You know what I mean? If you want to hit somebody's super chat and you got it because you like the commentary, okay. But to feel, and then sometimes you make your people feel obligated to give to you. Like that Pizarro chick, she make people obligated to send her the crab leg. She wants to feed the crab leg. She be saying stuff like, child, I don't mind begging. I gotta feed. I got 4 kids. Girl, it's nobody's responsibility to help you take care of your 4 kids. Child, I'm old late, Miss O. Are you having open conversation? Yeah, yeah, Demetri, I'm having an open conversation. Absolutely, Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely. And so, yeah, I just find it interesting. Absolutely do. Look, the messenger, I know, child. That's why I said when she, she said she gonna be snatched in 2024. So since she always comparing herself to me, because she wants so bad for somebody to be bigger than her, okay, over here. All right. So that's why she keep mentioning my name. But girl, when you get snatched, you let me know and you drop your whole body picture, and then I'll drop my whole body picture. Okay, Brianna, let me know when you think you snatched, girl. Okay? And we can compare. I don't mind. I'll do it just for you, Brianna. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Who you talking about just okay, give me a minute. I'm going to okay, Brianna, Demetra, thank you, girl. So anyway, let me tell y'all this thing. Speaking of Pizarro, she said her birthday is today, right? I thought whose birthday party did she have last month? I thought it was her birthday last month, when she was doing that video over there, and it got snatched down because Yusef was playing that music, and this time she doing it on the backup channel. But whose birthday was it last month that she was celebrating? It was, so if it wasn't hers, then who was it? Because that was the day Nika did her birthday party. I was like, is she? Yeah, how many birthdays does she have? I'm thinking, okay, whose birthday party did she have last month, but it got snatched down because of the music? You know? Oh, that was the party for Lady Nika. Okay, all right. I was like, oh, child. Mm-mm. I was confused. I was like, but no, somebody had a birthday in her family. She said it was one of her kids' birthdays or something. But that party was for Lady Nika. Okay. And so this party tonight is for her. Or today or whenever it is, right? Okay. I was like, Lord have mercy. I was confused, Lady T, but thanks for clearing it up, child. Because I'm like, is she having more than one birthday in a year? I'm like, what? Child. Mm-mm. But anyway, moving right along. I just didn't know what was going on. Mm-mm. I said, well, maybe the crab leg fund done dried up and she got to start another fund, child. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. As far as you can remember, Lady T, no, that's fine. Because I know that it was a birthday party last month, but I didn't know that it was a birthday party for Nika. Because I know she having a birthday party today, right on her backup channel or something like that. Mm-hmm. But okay, child. But as far as that video yesterday of her, want to beg openly because Jay Wilson said something about it, I found that very interesting. But like I said, she's not the only one that had a problem with his video. And so of course he gonna use it to his advantage. But let me tell you, I forgot. I stopped midway. When it comes to Jay Wilson and his Christmas tree challenge and his home decor challenge, and people giving, I guess to the pot or whatever. I don't think Jay Wilson is ever going to mention how much he got in the pot, because if Jay Wilson can find a way to get a little extra change, honey, he gonna get a little extra change. Okay, Lady Till, we can already talk about that, as a matter of fact. Because I felt the way about Diddy. I sure did. I thought it was her and VS. Maybe I'm mistaking it for so. I don't know, Journey. Child. But anyway, that's all I got to say about the campaign about what is his name? Who? Jay Wilson, and then the uppity chick too. So let's talk about Diddy since Demetra. Oh, this might be Demetra. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah, but let me put my banner up just in case. I know people be wanting a P bomb and stuff, and I don't feel like redoing my video, child. Mm-mm. Hold on. Hold on. 1 second. Hmm.
It's me.
Is this you, Demetra?
It is. Good afternoon. Happy Saturday.
Okay, how you doing? Let me take this down.
I'm good. Can you hear me okay? Am I too loud? My microphone was loud the other day.
No, I can hear you just fine. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. I'm coming in all late, right? But
Mhm.
I know that you noticed I had added you on my wall. Remember about the found?
Mhm.
Okay, so I just wanted to bring it up real quick because it's not real huge as far as if I have to make a content, it's fine. But I just really want to talk to you about it, right?
Uh huh.
Because I know you're not scared to broach the subject matter. Okay.
Uh huh.
So
Uh huh.
Found is an excellent show. I don't have no problem with that show. I love it.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm binge watching it the other day, and I got to the episode about that 70-year-old black man, the older senior citizen man who came up missing,
Mhm.
and his doorman had to help, came to the agency to get help. You saw that episode?
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is my question to you. Well, this is my opinion first, right? Then I want to
Mhm.
know what you think. I
Okay.
said, it was good episode, everything, but the 70-year-old black man was also homosexual, right? So
Mhm.
I said to myself, I say, well, ain't this something, right? The agenda pushing, right? I say,
Mhm.
so they marketed first to our young people.
Mhm.
Then they started um, bringing it into the middle group, the 30s and 40s, and they snuck that in. I say they mark. This is my opinion. They
Mhm.
marketed, mass marketed to the younger people through the rap and stuff, through the different rap people.
Mhm.
Then they start making it more of the middle age group and stuff, like with commercials, and then slowly bringing it into the TV shows and everything, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And so to me, when I saw this, I said, with the 70-year-old, right? The
Mhm.
baby boomers and stuff like that. I say, well, ain't this something, right?
Mhm.
Now, I guess the next thing is to pretty much, and I'm not a homophobe. If I have to say that, it's only for the people who think anytime you mention anything about your own ideas, you got to be homophobic. I'm not homophobic.
Right. They say that
However,
about me too.
yeah,
Mhm.
right. However, I fully disclaimer. I absolutely believe in the gay agenda. I do believe in that.
Yeah.
I
Me too.
do I do. So I don't have any problem. That's just how I state what I state. So for
Mhm.
anybody, cool, whatever you want to think, whatever you want to say, fine, I don't care. But
Mhm.
however, my mind, because I do think that way and I do
Mhm.
believe in agenda being pushed over the last couple of decades, when
Mhm.
I saw this, I was like, wow,
Mhm.
wow. So now they want to, slowly but surely, even push the agenda across what? The elders of the community.
And especially when it comes to black men, because we know black men are continuously being emasculated, especially when it comes to entertainment and stuff like that. That's why
Mhm.
some black actors, black male actors, has started speaking up about that. You know how they always saying that a black man, when he gets so high up in the entertainment, he gonna have to put on a dress and all of this and all
Right.
that, right? And I'm
Mhm.
glad you mentioned that because I noticed that too, Demetra. And
Mhm.
I am glad that some black male actors are starting to speak out about that. But I believe in the gay agenda too. And I guess that's why they call me homophobic around here. But they use any kind of way to emasculate the black man. And look at what's going on now. When you talk about, let's take Will Smith for instance, right?
Right.
Now they've been saying they've been alleging
Oh,
that Will
before we
Smith.
get it, I'm sorry,
Uh
excuse me. Before we get too deep into it, let me just
huh.
go ahead and say this too. When I had posted that ad to you on my community wall the other day, then
Uh
King Roman News, shout out King Roman News, he came under there as well because he watched the show too. I forgot. Right.
huh.
So anywho, he came under there and said, oh, okay, well, I want to be a part of it too. I said, okay, cool. I'll let you know and I'll add you. So
Uh huh.
when I knew just now that I was about to come bring this up to you to see your opinion, I
Uh huh.
did add him on my
Uh
community
huh.
wall, and I let him
Uh
know, hey, I'm about to hit the link at Miss Olivia's to talk about that found episode. Now, I didn't
huh.
tell him nobody what I was going to talk about, but I just want to let you know I did add him, and I want to let him
Okay.
know this is what I wanted to talk about. But go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I wish he would, hit the link. I would love to know, his thoughts on it because I
Perspective,
do
right?
agree with you. And it is an agenda, and especially when it comes to our young people. I was getting ready to say something about Will Smith, but let's take it back to Dwayne Wade and his son Zion, right? I
Okay.
mentioned the other day I did a pre-recorded video about Dwayne Wade and how him and Gabrielle Union really is pretty much grooming, in my opinion, their son Zion,
Mhm.
because Dwayne Wade said that Zion knew that he was a girl. He wanted to be a girl on. He was a girl on the inside since he was
Mm,
3 years old, right?
right.
And the mother, the birth mother, um, feels like they are using that child, and she refuses to call him Zaya. And there's a lot going on with the between the birth mother and Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union when it comes to Zion/Zaya, right? Now
Mm,
I believe at 3 years old, you don't know anything about that, right? You are just 3 years old. That don't make no sense that he knew he was a girl since he was three. To me, all right, he shouldn't have said that. And so now Zion is entering into his teenage years, and
mhm,
and they got him, and Gabrielle Union took him to a gay pride parade and all this and all that.
mhm,
And they are, and I do believe that they are using him for clout and money, in my opinion, because Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade knows that there is an agenda, and when you got somebody, when your daddy is Dwayne Wade, and you want to start dressing like a girl, and you want to be trans and all of this and all that, so they say you want to be right. That is going to make them be more favorable to these non-black people that are pushing this agenda, especially when
well,
it comes to the black man. That's what I
well,
believe.
let me tell you where my viewpoint on that with the
Mhm.
trans kids. Okay,
Mhm.
my just general thought about it is the same
Mhm.
exactly as yours. Like, golly, how them little bitty kids know that already, and how you gonna just already go with a 3-year-old? And I thought that way too. Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
but however, I did a deep dive and I researched right
Mhm.
about the trans kids. I even did a special on it on my channel maybe a year or two ago,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Because I'm normally when I'm just naturally curious, and when I'm curious, I go dig and research it, right? And I
Mhm. Mhm.
research it from both sides so I can have an open mind. So
Mhm.
my general mind and thinking, pure point blank, no research on nothing, is how these kids know that already at 3 years old,
Mhm.
right? But
Mhm.
when I started really digging into it and looking at different things,
Mhm.
it started being where I do see where it's the case for them kids, have a feeling and things like that.
Yeah.
Think about like when, how at 3 and something you can already see them soft boys, right? Like
Yeah.
we already call it where the family used to whisper about it, right? Oh,
Right.
you
Yeah.
gonna be a little, you know what I'm saying? Because you would
Yeah.
already see it in their
Yeah.
feminine,
And then
in
some of
feminine
them,
ways.
yeah,
Huh?
and some of them you can. Now I do agree. I know where you're going with this. Just let me say that I
However,
do agree
let
that
me finish.
sometimes, yeah.
Let me go ahead and complete my thought about the trans, because that's one thing to be just a little effeminate or a little,
Mhm.
butchy, or boy, tomboys that they used to call
Right.
it.
Right.
Now, I do understand and see how those kids already be not sexualized as far as sex. Okay, not
Mhm.
as far as sex, thinking about homosexual who they like, but as
Mhm.
far as how they may feel.
Right.
I do see, I do believe that that may happen. I do believe that that can happen in some cases. But at the
Mhm.
same
Yeah.
time,
I
I
agree.
don't agree with these parents just playing into it too soon.
Right.
Right?
I
I
agree.
don't
Yeah.
believe that 3-year old, 4-year old, 5-year old school age kids, I don't think because they feel that way, cool.
Right.
Fine. I'm not gonna abuse my child. I'm not gonna try to beat it out of him or her. But
Right.
as far as letting them
Right.
making a lifelong decision where they
Yes.
actually start living and dressing, and like I changed my child name at
Mhm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nah, I don't agree
Right.
with that.
I don't agree with that either. And then there's a little girl. What was her name? Jazzy or something like that. That little girl.
Yeah,
She was real
right.
popular. She had a show, and now she's regretting having that operation. But if you're a boy and you go on and have that operation, and she had that operation when she was really young,
Right.
and now she regrets it. So what do they call it when they want to change back into their when
I
they
know
regret being trans? I forgot what they called it.
I
They
forget.
want to
I'll look it up in a
detransition.
moment.
Yeah, they
Detransit,
want
right?
to detransition, right? But if you don't have that operation, you can. There's only so far that you can detransition back into a boy, because once they, do that procedure, I mean, it ain't no turning all the way into a man again. I mean, what's done is done when it comes to that. You
That's
know.
that's why. But for me, I have to think. I really try to stay open minded, right? but then I have my
Yeah.
form my opinions. I feel like because as science progress, medicines progress, of course they
Mhm.
and as also social views, right? And
Mhm.
taboos.
Mhm.
So therefore the kids, okay, we get more open-minded and say, okay, some believe, I believe they born that way, right? But
Yeah.
that's why I'm okay with the hormone blockers. You know how sometimes they start taking hormones to transition?
Mhm. Mhm.
I
Yeah.
feel like I think that's going a little too far, like how you said when you get to the surgeries and permanent type deals, right?
Yeah.
And you're doing it
Yeah.
so early.
Yeah.
I'm personally not for that, but I
No, me
do
either.
understand at the same time, in order to kind of like help that child,
Mhm.
I do believe in the hormone blockers,
Well,
right?
let me tell you
Because
something.
they can always go
Let me,
back and get off of them and continue.
right, you don't have to fully transition. You don't have to let them
Right.
fully transition. I understand what you're saying, but here's the thing:
Mm-hmm.
if, say, I had a child, right? I'm using from
Okay.
my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, if I had a child and my son came to me and said he felt like a girl on the inside, okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, I'm not going to, try to speak derogatorily about my child. I'm not going to do this and that. The first thing I'm going to do is get my child into therapy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not going to give him, my child under the age of 18, I'm not going to give him no hormone blockers, and we sure ain't going to have no transition surgery or nothing like that. But I
Mm-hmm.
will get my child in therapy, right? Because sometimes there's a thing called body dysmorphia, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes there is a reason why, your child might feel like he a girl inside or a boy inside, and sometimes it's mental, right?
Right.
So that is why I'm going to put my child in therapy. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to allow you to dress other than what you are. Now, this is just me because you
Right.
are still a child and not saying it in a bad way. Now, when you get 18 and you feel like you want, not even 18 in my opinion, but okay, 18, they say you grown, right? Now,
Right.
when you get 18, if you want to take hormone blockers and you want to dress how you want to dress, that is your choice after that. And I'm going to stand behind you no matter what you want to do, right?
Exactly.
But before you reach the age of 18, while you are still my child, the first thing I'm going to do is get you some kind of therapy because I want to know, are you suffering from body dysmorphia? And I do agree that I do agree that in some cases, a child is that way from birth. In some cases, it's not body dysmorphia. It's not what the world is pushing. It just is what it is. But no
Exactly.
matter whether it is what it is, or if it's caused, some suggestive programming,
Mm-hmm.
whether I do believe in the gay agenda, especially when it comes to the black community. Aside from all that, if you still feel this way, I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to support you. If you come to me and say you gay, and you my son, I'm going to support you. But what I'm not going to do is facilitate some kind of transition. I'm not going to change your name. I'm not around me, especially when you're 8, 9, 10, 11 years old. You can't dress as a girl. Okay, I don't care how much you like Frozen. All right, you still gonna be you, right? But I'm gonna get you in therapy. That's all I can do
Well,
because
I
I'm
can.
not going. Because you can change your mind. That child, like that Jazzy girl, she's changing her mind. Her mama did all this for her, and she got her a show and everything and all of that. That tells to me she did that for monetary gain. And now the Jazzy girl, all these years later, she's an adult now, and she hates the fact that she transitioned. Right, and she wants to detransition, but after you have that surgery, especially if you're a boy, it ain't no going back. They can't
Well,
stitch it back together.
without being, you're gonna be more than disfigured. Period.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah. You're gonna be disfigured. They can't stitch it back together. Have you seen that surgery? I've seen videos about that transition surgery that they do, on men.
Mm-hmm.
And once they split it in half to make it into a vajayjay, it ain't no going back from there.
Right.
And there's no detransitioning. And if even if you stop taking the hormones, you start looking like a male again. If you've done that surgery, there's no one doing that part.
Right.
And so
Exactly.
that's causing even more damage because now you got the female, your part down there is still resembling female because of that surgery. There's no detransitioning from that. That's why
Exactly.
I would never push that towards my child. I don't agree with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, because I do. The mama said, did an interview and said that he had a talk with her because she took him to court to halt Dwayne Wade from legally changing Zion's name to Zaya, right? And
Mm.
she went to court to put a halt to it, right? And he had a meeting with her, telling her that, we got a lot of deals, coming for Zion. He's being considered for Disney and all of this and all of that. That tells me you chasing clout and monetary gain.
I
You
feel
know,
like I
and I
feel
think
like I completely agree with you as far as like until they 18 deal, right? I absolutely
right.
1,000% agree with the same deal, and I would do the same thing. And I
Hmm.
like it. Okay, I like that to the same fact as a heterosexual daughter, right? My
Yeah.
heterosexual daughter, until she 18, and and if she's still in my house even after
Hmm.
18, it's still my rules, right? But
Right.
society say 18 grown, cool. Same thing with an 18-year daughter. I'm not gonna let my 18-year-old daughter
No.
dress any kind of way either. So it's
And
the
then
same deal.
what, Demetri, I'm glad you said it. As far as the girls, a lot of these little girls that you see going around here, dressing like a boy and all of this and all that, that's cause they have been molested, right? And
Mhm.
they feel like if they resemble a boy, they won't get touched,
Oh,
right?
but you know what? That's true. But I was likening it to a heterosexual daughter, right? I was just
Hmm.
saying, like sometimes how it's the same type of rule. That's what I was
Yeah,
I
it's
was
the
making a
same rule that
similarity
if now, yeah,
that my
not saying that
18-year-old
all of
daughter
them been
that's
touched, right? Yeah,
heterosexual. No, I'm talking about heterosexual. Not even
yeah, I
nothing
know.
about gay. My 18 year
Yeah,
old, my 15-year-old girl can't just dress any way she want to either. She
no,
can't go out no too short. She can't go out no
oh
see
no,
through. So it's the
no.
same type of rule with raising
Hmm.
kids. That's
Yeah.
what I like it too, right?
Because they
So
hypersexualize black girls from the time that they are in elementary school at a young age. I talked about that the other day. I had to tell my niece that my great niece couldn't wear this little tennis skirt thing to
mhm,
school. It was too short, in my opinion. You already got a booty and you already got some hips because we all thick in my family. Your breasts
yeah,
have started forming. Now, if you want to wear that little skirt thing, you put some shorts up under it. But you just can't wear it with your underwear. We're not going to do that. Because I wouldn't
right,
let them do it. And if I see them, and just cause it's the style, it don't make no difference to me. You
right.
always got to, you present yourself as a lady. And then you get these teachers in school and stuff, and they want to, groom your girls and all this and all that. And I don't need nothing extra going on because I'm going to go to jail. And so
Right,
I'm protecting myself and I'm protecting that child too because I know what's
right.
going to happen. And
I just
thank
wanted to
God.
bring
But you're right, Demetria. Thank you for
I just
bringing it
wanted to
up. And I
I wanted to
agree.
bring the correlation, right? Because
Hmm.
it seems like for some reason, everybody, when you say different things and have an opinion, right? It's
Hmm.
like it's such this political correct type of thing
I don't
where you
care.
can't say nothing no more about true parenting, right?
I'm going to
Because
say it.
guess what? It's the same thing as my rules, my house, and it's gonna go across the board. It's not just about
Yes.
the gay thing, it's about you can't dress any kind of way
Right.
under my
Right.
parenting, right?
Right.
And
Right.
so like what you were saying, now it's real funny to me when you said about the financial gains or financial motivation
Hmm.
with the
Hmm.
Dwayne Wade and them thing, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's funny because you said it that way about the financial gain, right?
Hmm.
And in
Hmm.
my mind, because of the different research and different stories, I would
Hmm.
almost say sometimes when these parents go gung ho into it, like, oh yeah,
Hmm.
let's dress you like a girl. Oh yeah, let's do this. To
Right.
me, it's almost like for by
Attention.
proxy, right? Attention by
Yeah.
proxy, right?
Hmm.
If I
Yeah.
let my kid do this, now all of a sudden we're gonna have all these specials, we're gonna get recognition. I get to go do all
Hmm.
this stuff about the school and speak
Hmm.
out. So
Hmm.
to me, it's almost like by proxy. My child's you know what I'm saying, but not that
Hmm.
way. I'm not
Right.
trying to go too far with it, but I
Right.
also at times when I see this type of thing, I wonder how much they doing this and how much they going into it just to gain that attention, just to
Yeah.
be in the spotlight.
Right, I agree. And then you always got to you have to actually be the parent and not the friend. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
kids are mean, and when it comes to school, you got to be real careful with your kids because you don't know what your kids are going through. You know what I mean? And so why add more on to the child by feeding into it, instead of thinking about their well being long term. You know what I
But
mean?
Right, but now that brings another part. See, it's so complicated that there's no way you can just make one cross the way answer, right?
Right.
Because statistics absolutely say that the suicide rate
Hmm.
for homosexual teens
Yeah.
is skyrocketed, right?
It's skyrocketing. And then my
No,
thing
it's
is,
huge.
that's why I mentioned, yes, it is, Susan, I agree. And that's why I mentioned the first thing that I'm going to do, I would do if a child came to me like that, a child of mine, is get them into therapy first. Because I don't want them having thoughts of suicide. And I would never say anything derogatory or demeaning or
Right.
anything. But we are going to do therapy. We're going to do that. That's what we're going to do.
Right, because once you
Because,
know better, you do better. Like for me,
right.
whereas I might have would have said a long time ago, and I think
Mm-hmm.
I have said I don't want my boys to be gay because I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but
Right.
at the when I know better, I do better. So now the
Right.
question is, that's not my desire,
Right.
right?
Right.
However, if it
I'm gonna
was to be the
support you.
case, I'm gonna
Right.
support them. I'm gonna love them. I ain't
Me
gonna
too.
abuse them and browbeat them because
No.
guess what? I love my child. I don't want him thinking because it's not my way that I'm a turn my back on them or make them
Right.
feel depressed or make them feel like they don't want to live anymore.
Right. Right. Right.
You
That's
know,
why I
so
would never. I would never, because that's my child. And if it's gone, then I'm gonna lose my mind. And so that's why I mentioned therapy, because I'm supporting mine
right.
irregardless. Do you see what I'm saying? And
Oh,
it's just like
absolutely.
now we haven't had that incident in my family as far as my nieces and nephews go.
Right.
But if one of them did come to me or their parents, and then their parents told me, I'm going to support you, but we still doing therapy. Okay? We
Right. And so
still doing
that's
therapy.
why I can like that's why everything be a double-edged sword, right?
Hmm.
You get the good out of it so we can come forward as a black community.
Yeah.
Whereas we just don't turn our kids out. We just
Yeah.
don't what's that word? Ostracize them,
Right. Right.
right?
And then
So
if the child, here's my thing. Um, the world is cruel, right, Demetri? We know this as adults, right?
right,
But if you have a family behind you, no matter what, that builds to the child's confidence. And even if they're going through it, say in school, right? Even if the whole school is bullying them because of their sexuality, I don't think that they will go as far as thinking of suicide, because when you come home, okay, you got your parents and your whole family behind you. Right? It don't matter what the world say. It matter what I say, because I am your mama, okay? And if
right,
I'm telling you you are just fine, you are just fine. I don't care what they say. And I think that is the reason why you have to be a parent and not a friend. Do you see what I'm saying?
absolutely.
Because just like you say, my house, my rules, what I say go. If I tell you you just fine and you perfect and you a king or you a queen, that's what I mean. I don't care what they say. Okay? Because you have to fear somebody and you have to trust somebody in this world over anything else the world say. Because the world don't owe you nothing. It don't owe you nothing, not even to love you. All right? But if you got me, your mama behind you, or your auntie, or your whole family behind you, no matter your choice, then you gonna be all right. I feel like you're
Right. You
gonna
can
be all
weather the
right. And
storm.
when you
You
go,
can
you can
weather the
weather the
storm.
storm. Yes, and when you
Right.
go out into the world, what I mean, you already you giving your kids tools. Tools in how to navigate this cruel world, cause it's horrible out here. Just take somebody like me, because of the way I was raised. Can't nobody tell me nothing, and I've been that way all my life. I've been stubborn all my life, and what I put in my mind is in my mind. You know, once it's there, it's there. It's no changing it. It just is what it is. Because I'm not gonna, especially, and I'm talking about when it comes to myself. Do you see what I'm saying? My
Mhm.
opinions are my opinions. And it's
Right.
not gonna change. It just is
No,
what it is.
it's such a horrible thing that you have to like give disclaimers about just your
Hmm.
personal, like for me,
Right,
my personal beliefs, my
right,
personal morals and value system. I shouldn't
right,
have to give disclaimers about that, especially if I'm not
right.
when I'm
No, you
not waiting to
shouldn't.
harm or hurt
And I'm
somebody else.
not trying to hurt your feelings, but I have a right to
Exactly.
my opinions. I have a right to my opinions, and I don't have to. My opinions don't have to be what's popular in the world right now. Like I don't agree. Like you, I do agree that there is a gay agenda in the black community because it's documented, and they're doing it. They're marketing this stuff towards our young people, making young people think it's okay. to just go whichever way you want to. You don't have to even classify yourself or as gay or straight. You just, what is it, man? Named Aleister Crowley. He was a leader of the Satanists, and his number one motto was "Do as thou wilt." Right, but if you are a Christ follower, in this world you can't do whatever you want to do. Run people over any way you want to run them. Treat them any way you want to treat them. Degrade yourself if you want to degrade yourself. That is not cool. You can't do as thou wilt.
Well,
That ain't the way it works.
if you have no rules, then guess what? Anything goes, and
That's right. It's chaos.
that's a very scary way of
Yes.
because guess
Yes.
what? It's always a system of values, right? So in
Yes.
their system of values, it's the system is to not have any. And if you don't
Right.
have any, then that means it allows you to do anything without
Yes.
having to fear judgment or punishment. Period.
Yes. Yes.
Period.
Yes.
That's
And
all
th-
it
and
is. I want
that's
to get
and
away without, huh?
I was like, I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying, yeah, sure. Because without any type of rule or moral compass, it's nothing but chaos.
Right.
So I agree with you.
It obliviates you to a sense of guilt or shame. That's all it
Hmm.
does.
Yeah.
So I would be very, very, very I would get the hell away from anybody like that.
Mm-hmm. Me too, Demetri. And you're absolutely right.
If you
You're
don't believe in
absolutely right.
nothing, I got a problem with you.
I
I'd
got a
rather you
problem with
believe in
you.
something.
Thank you. Got to believe in something. I know that's right. That's why we don't have nothing in common. If you don't have, I'm glad that, um, every lick my mama and daddy gave me, well, my mama anyway, but it was well deserved. More often my grandmama, okay? It was well deserved because they were my parents and they were my elders. They were not my friends. And they had values and expectations when it came to me. And those values and expectations have followed me all my life. Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And they have made me have a moral compass. It's because I still think. Let me see, is this lady here? And I still, even though they long gone now, I still don't think I can do what I want to do because I still know that they looking at me. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
You still
even
got
when
a
I go
mistake.
too far, even when let me tell you something. I will stop. I have never went over the edge with anything in my life because my grandmama's voice is always in the back of my head. Even though now that she gone, I still talk to her. Because I don't want her up in heaven, her or my mama or my daddy, having something derogatory to say about me. Because is this you, Lady Till?
Hey, Miss O, you hear me?
Because yeah, because they used to tell
Okay,
me
so I
whatever
don't
you
have
do.
headphones on. I just wanted to make
Okay.
sure I'm not
All right. Well, they
listening.
used to tell. All right. Yeah, I can hear you. They used to tell me,
Okay,
Demetra, when you do something and you make yourself look bad in this world, you're not only making yourself look bad, you're making your whole family look bad. And so that
Absolutely.
is that is the rule that I go by, and that is why I tell my nieces and my nephews, it ain't just you that's going through it when you screw up. You screwing up for your whole family. We all looking bad. So think before you act.
Right. Let me and I'm listening. I'm finna go fix my coffee. I knew I was gonna get in a good
Okay.
conversation with you. I put on
Okay.
coffee.
All right. Thank you, Demetra. I
no,
appreciate you,
don't go
girl.
nowhere,
Thank you for
Demetra.
bringing that subject up.
She
Hey,
left.
Lady Tia. No, she's
Oh,
still here. You
oh,
still
okay.
here,
She went to get some
Demetra?
coffee. I think she said she was going to get some coffee. I don't think she
Okay.
said she was cooking off.
Okay. Yeah, she's
So,
still on the stream, y'all.
so she going to get the coffee. So I know she can hear me. So
Mhm.
I was So when we was young, a lot of times when uh, I think this come from parents not being truthful to their children is why
Mhm.
some children go to other people to get answers.
Yeah, mostly they
Or
friends. Hmm.
yeah, they'll go to another adult and tell something that they haven't told their parents. So I
Mhm.
had a situation that just happened, and it's funny that y'all was talking about that, agendas and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But the little girl texted me. I know her parents, and she told me she got something to tell me. And so, okay, I'm wondering. She's 12 years old, and she said, I'm not straight. And
Mhm.
so I texted her, and I was like, okay, I don't, what you mean I don't understand the not straight part.
Mhm.
So basically, she's telling me at 12 years old that she's not straight. She like girls.
Mhm.
So at first, I thought about, dang, what? And wanted to go on her as a parent myself and say, wait
Mhm.
a minute. What you mean you're not straight? And what are you? I mean, when I think about a kid talking about they're not straight or they are into another or the same sex,
Mhm.
it comes from a place of wanting to have sex, right?
Mhm.
So I was going to immediately call her, but I didn't.
Mhm.
So what I'm thinking about is what I'm gonna ask her, because this is actually kind of what I wanted to ask you two ladies.
Mhm.
When you have a little girl, or even
Mhm.
if it was a boy at
Mhm.
this young of an age, 12 years old, saying that
Mhm.
they are not straight, they
Mhm.
like the same sex, how
Mhm.
would you approach that with that child when you talk to them face to face? Because I told her I want to talk to her face
Well,
to face.
well, at 12 years
Okay.
old, I think a lot of it is hormones. You know what I mean? And say it's just like, say you got a good friend, and your good friend is a girl and you a girl, right? And so you approach it, so your hormones are waking up, right? So what if your friend is so close to you that you feel like you are attracted to your friend? Now you 12, this is your 12-year-old mindset, right? And but your hormones are waking up, right? And you really don't have that much interaction with boys, or your parents can be harping on you about boys, and you just feeling like you got these feelings for this girl, right? Or either you could be I guess you could be, attracted to the same sex, right? But that's why, in my opinion, therapy is absolutely useful, right?
Can
And because, like Beginning said, let me read this. Beginning said, because this is true, I agree with this. Most children first crush is the same sex, then it changes for most. That's why I don't believe in transitioning children. I agree with what Beginning just took down there, because it is probably natural for some kids, especially at 12 years old, to think they got a crush, on their best friend, which is a female, or either, when it comes to males, they around males all day and all of this and all that, right? So, you
that
know,
can
you
I
know,
add in?
oh Lord, hold on a minute. Let me shoot. Somebody done called me on the phone. I don't know if y'all can hear me,
But that's
but
okay. I
y'all
wanted
go
to
on
add
back.
something to Lady Till.
Can y'all hear me clearly though?
Yes.
Yes, I
Uh-huh.
can hear you
Okay.
fine.
All right.
I want to add this in, right? Because
Mhm.
when Lady Tia say, well, how would I, in her particular situation scenario, right? I
Mhm.
would say, okay, good. You don't want to turn away the 12 because at least she coming to somebody who she can trust, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
However, I would absolutely, before I got into, I would keep the channel of communication open.
Yeah.
But before I broach going too far in this conversation with that girl,
Mhm.
I would
Mhm.
absolutely go to the parent and say, hey, and
Yes.
have a conversation. And at the
Yeah.
same, and a lot of time parents want to deal with ego, right? Why she coming to
Right.
you, not me?
Right.
Get past the ego stuff. She did come to
Right.
me, and
Mhm.
what's your mindset and how you want me to approach it, so I can still talk to
Right.
her, but it
Right.
be online with the parent. You want
Right.
to be in
Because they
line
are
with
the
the parents,
parents. Right. Because
And
they
I
are
like.
the
agree.
parents.
I
But you
agree,
don't want to
Demetra.
make you don't want to shut them down and say, well,
Right,
this really something you need to talk to your mama.
Right.
If she thought she could talk to the mama, then she would.
Right.
right.
And
Right.
So
then when you
Demetra,
Right.
talk to
so
the
I
mama, you got to tell the mama, because a lot of time they get ego at that moment, right? Then
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
arrogance. And so
Yeah.
even though instead of recognizing the fact that, hey, whatever, maybe this is a sign I need to open the communication up. But for right
Right.
now, let me let somebody else, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of
Right.
I've dealt in that, you know. So
okay.
Mhm.
So I had a because I don't rashly do anything. Children are delicate to me, and I
Mhm.
wouldn't want her to, like I was talking about earlier. I don't want them to feel like their life is over, especially if she came to me. I'll be the last person to make her feel bad about saying it or feeling that way. So I agree with you, Demetra, about talking with her parents, having a discussion with them. If
Yeah.
when I talk to her parents, if
Mhm.
her parents are on this wave of that ain't gonna be my child or whatever, and it seems
Mhm.
as if they're gonna
Mhm.
come at her in that
Mhm.
way. How
Mhm.
could I keep that relationship as far as her
Mhm.
feeling
Well,
that she can trust me enough to talk
well,
about
I
these
would
things
ask her. I
without
would
her
want to
feeling
know.
bad if her parents give me the energy like they fit to
Right.
make her feel
I,
bad about it.
I
What
would
would
want
y'all
to
do
know the
if this is hypothetically because I don't know what they're gonna say.
Right, right. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to tell you the first thing I would do, even before I went to the parents, because she done came to you with this, right? And so I would ask her, before I, informed her that I was going to talk to her parents or whatever. I would ask her, why is it that you came to me first and not your parents? Do you not feel? What do you think your parents would say about it? Do you feel like you need somebody to speak for you because you
So
scared
kind of
to
prepare
broach your
her.
parents? I would want to know why she came to me instead of her parents, because there may be a reason why, and I would have to make my decision going forward from that, but I really can't give her any solid advice, concrete advice, number one, because it's not my child, and I don't know how her parents would move. Like, say you went on and told her, okay, just be free, do you, right? And in the future her parents do find out about it and they don't agree with it, then
Hmm.
they are going to start arguing back and forth and making her feel bad. So I don't want to give her that type of advice, but I do want to know why. Why did you what and thank you so much for having enough faith in me to come to me with this,
Miss
but
Olivia,
why do
this
you
just
feel like you
happened.
couldn't come to your parents,
Miss
about this
Olivia, this
first?
just happened like 2 hours ago when I got
Well,
this
you
message,
let
and
me
that's
let
so
me
Oh
crazy.
wow.
let me say this, please. I also feel like when you say, okay, like from what you say, Olivia, asking them why do you feel like you can come to me, right? And they
Uh-huh.
might feel also that Tia could have. I'm just say Tia, forget all that. Tia
Mm-hmm.
have influence and relationship that would soften the way, right?
That's possible too. Yeah,
So
that's what I mean. Do you need me to advocate for you, basically? Do you
right,
want
and
me to
then
advocate for you? Because you scared to come to them with this. Because if you weren't scared of them, or what they might say or how they might judge you, you wouldn't have came to me first. You would have went to your parents directly first. Because the child is 12 years old. And there's
right,
some reason why they're coming to this other adult as opposed to their parents first. So I agree.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so let's say what Tia what one of Tia fear is, right? What if the parents say, hell no, I'm not for that. Not you know what I'm saying? Then at
Mm-hmm.
that moment in time, Tia, all you can do, if it's something negative or something kind of harsh, is play good friend but good counsel, right? And because you're on the outside, not on the inside, then
Right.
maybe
Hmm.
you could, don't just shut them down and just say, but if you really, saying, just keep trying to just say, well, hey, I understand your feelings about this. And then from the
Mm-hmm.
open minded outside angle, say, hey, but you don't want to shut her down. You don't want to make her feel turned away. You don't want to
Okay,
Right.
make her
so
feel
I'm gonna
unloved.
tell y'all what I was thinking about originally.
Mm-hmm.
And this is it could be said that I'm overstepping my boundaries, but at the end of the day, she said something to me that she wouldn't say to her own parents. um I would want to know where she's coming from when it
Right.
comes to why she thinks she like girls
Right.
before I even talk to her parents, and that's
Right. That's what
where
I just
I
said.
was
Yeah.
thinking about talking to
Yeah.
her to find out where she's coming from. Why? Because
Right.
like you said, Miss Olivia,
Mm-hmm.
our children are, our girlfriends when we was growing up, we
Right.
love our girlfriends, and she
Right.
could be looking at it like that and not thinking
And not
that's
even
because
realizing it.
society has
Right.
put it out there that if
Mm-hmm.
you like somebody, then you like them.
Right. And then
And
you
she
gay.
could care
And
about her as
real
a
tricky.
friend and not in that way. Because I
But
think about sexual when I think about somebody, a 12-year-old telling me that they like the same sex
But the
in a
world, see,
sexual
here's the
way is
thing.
what I want to know.
The world is telling her just because she got a crush on her little friend or something that she got to be gay, right? And that's not necessarily
Right.
true.
And
It's just
that's
that
what
her
I'm saying.
hormones are waking up. That's all. And then another way not to break her confidence is if do you know her parents?
Yes, I do know her parents.
And then you can have a general conversation with them to kind of gauge the situation. You can have a general conversation with them and find out what they feel
Well, I'm gonna
about
tell y'all
uh,
this. I'm gonna protect her
same-sex
regardless. I'm
relationships.
going to protect
yeah,
her
Right.
but you know
first.
what?
I
I'm not playing
promise. I
devil's
protect
advocate.
her.
I'm being real honest, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's like a real tough situation, right?
Uh-huh.
Because even asking probing questions and try to get more information, right?
Uh-huh.
It's
Hmm.
almost like still taking too
Hiding
many
something.
liberties
It's
with
hiding from her
somebody's child,
parents.
right? Without
Right.
already talking to the parent, right? Because
Right.
Right.
guess what? if that's your friends, if it's a friend group, and that you got to
Mm-hmm.
be,
This
I
is
don't think you
family.
just friends with somebody's daughter. If you
This is
friends with
family.
them, I think before you get into too much conversation, even getting background information, I
Mm-hmm.
really feel in order to not feel make your friends feel like you're
Demetra, this
overstepping them
is
bounds.
family.
Because
This
guess
is
what? It
family.
is boundaries when people children for
It,
real.
Demetra, this is family. This is not a friend like some kid at school or
Oh,
whatever. This
family.
is
Okay, well
family.
you just add that part in. Well, go to
Yeah,
your
this is
family and
family.
stuff. Well, hey, it's a little bit different, but either way it go, it could be two sisters, right? And one of them the
Mm-hmm.
niece, right?
Uh-huh.
It's still, I know in my family, it's still overstepping boundaries in some place when it comes to raising your child, right? When it comes down to
Yeah.
raising your child, it could be the people that's sitting there helping you every day with your children, babysitting everything, feeding them too. And it's still it's that feeling of this my child. You know what I'm saying? I say. So you kind of want to always be mindful of not overstepping the bounds too much and at least bringing them in. But it's everything's different case scenario. But
Yeah,
you had
yeah.
asked, so
Well,
I'm just giving
it's
my
a little
idea.
bit deeper. It's a little bit deeper because it ain't no random child. It ain't no friend. I mean, this is my family, and I know her parents. Of course, I know her parents, but I really don't know how they'll feel about it because they may be surprised if that's what she really feel that is going on with her. And at
Right.
12 years
And
old, your hormones starting, like Miss Olivia said, and I don't want them to come at her the wrong way because I don't want her to feel like she can't come to me because I just, you know, put her on blast in a way that she got a response that she may
mm,
think that I should have known how her parents was gonna
mm.
react.
But can I tell you something, Lady Tia?
Yes.
When it comes to the young people in my family, because there are so many bad things that can happen to children, you have to let the young ones in your family know that no matter what, especially if you're the mom and the dad, you have to let them know that no matter what they are thinking about, they can talk to you about it no matter what, right?
So what?
Like sometimes, let me finish. Sometimes, like I used to tell y'all the story about when my nieces came to me and their mom, and they was telling us, what was going on the school bus, right? When they started junior high school, and to this day, the reason why we don't let our kids be bus riders and they are car riders, is because of what they would come home and tell us. Now, the reason why they felt safe about coming home and telling us that the little girls they asked me what teabagging was, and as an adult I didn't know, but I
I
found out
remember that
about it and
story.
I was shocked. Yeah, you remember that? And they was
Yep.
having the that thing where the little girls was actually engaging in they put lipstick on their lips, and whoever got the lipstick the darkest on the little boys, Peter or whatever, that's the girl that won. They was playing that, and I didn't realize that kids was doing it at that age. But
Hmm.
that's the reason why they car riders right now. But they felt safe that they could come home, even to this day. And it was real cringy for me, but I didn't let them know it. But what I did was went back and found out what they was talking about, and we
Right.
handled the situation. But the reason why I tell that story is because you always want your kids to be able to tell you anything, right?
Right.
Like I know that I could go and tell my mama anything. Do you hear me? Ask her anything about
Hmm.
anything, because she was my mama. But still, she would let me know it was okay.
But
Sometimes I think we stifle.
sometimes Miss O, they don't.
Right, that's what I'm
Some
saying.
parents don't open
Sometimes
up
we
that
don't.
avenue
That
to.
that's what I'm trying to say. And I wish that I know that's not the situation going on right now because the little girl came to you, right?
Right.
But I wish that parents would be cognitive, and when you're in the midst of raising your child, even if you're not trying to be their friend, you got to let them know from a young age that you can tell me anything. Okay? If you tell me something or you got a question, if I don't know about it, I'm gonna try to find out about it. See, sometimes, especially in the black community, we have so much of a hold. Some of us used to be, not so much these days. That in the midst of us trying to keep our kids safe, we was really making a barrier, But my mama always used to let me know that I could tell her anything. Do you see what I'm saying? Because she would rather for me to ask her than to ask somebody else, or one of my friends, or something like that, right?
Right.
So, but if the situation is what it is now, and that's why And Demetra is right too. You don't want to, your people to think you overstepping your boundaries, right? Because she came to you first. But from a therapeutic standpoint, when I say that you might can broach the situation with a general question, you know what I mean? That's what I meant by that. Like have a conversation with the adults, the parents
So
in general about how they feel about same sex relationships, and you can maybe go from there.
so
Because
this is what I was
if they
thinking, Miss
don't
O.
have a even let me finish. Even if they don't agree with same sex relationships because of spirituality or whatever, if they love their child, they're going to try to work it out. Do you see what I'm saying? And not try to
Right.
demean them, and try to bash them or anything like that. Even if they don't agree with it, they still, because they love their child, they're going to try to get them some help and try to find out what's going on. Why do you feel this way? So you have to ask questions when it comes to young people, especially
Hmm.
when they're as young as 12 years old. Because I want to know why you coming to me and not your mama. Do you feel scared? You feel like you need somebody to speak to you? You scared because of what they gonna say? You know what I mean? There's always a reason why. So before you go in full speed ahead, you need to ask why. You know what I mean? And that's all I was trying to say.
So I was thinking, since I'm listening and I'm reading the chat and stuff or whatever, because I mean, I hit the link really on this situation because when it happened and you started your
Mhm.
live, it's crazy, Miss O. It happened at the same time you was talking about this.
Mhm.
I was thinking, maybe we all should just have a little night where we come together, her parents and her, and we talk then, and
Mhm.
let her know that I am there to support her on
Right.
whatever happens, and
Right.
then and let my family talk to she tell them what she feel, and we can go from there, and I see how their response or whatever, but I'm gonna protect her
Right.
because I don't, because I know in the community a lot of people, especially back in the days, and I
Mhm.
look at stuff for what it is. Um,
Mhm.
when you find out that your child is gay, they
Mhm.
shun them, and I don't want her to feel like she gonna get shunned, even if
Right.
their reaction is not
Right.
it is negative. I want her.
Right.
I would. What? So what you think about that? Both of
Can I?
y'all,
Well,
Demetra, you
see,
too. What do you think
here's
about
what
that?
I think. Here's what I think. When you
Okay.
are 12 years old, it is a difference between being 12 and 16, for instance, right? So at 12 years old, hopefully, you're not going to be shunning your child in the first place. Do you see what I'm
Right.
saying? And you're going to try to help them. Now, say she was 16, it'll be a whole different conversation entirely, right?
Right, right, right,
But because she is 12 years old, right? And you don't want to, like Demetria was talking about the suicide rate, and
right.
teenagers that think they gay or whatever, right? Part of the
That's what
reason
I
why
mean by
I
protect.
believe that suicide rate is so high is because they don't have their people backing them. They might have their people saying
Right.
derogatory things about the situation,
I
and
believe
like
that
you said,
too.
you don't want to shun them and none of this and none of that, right? Like for me, no matter what I believe when it comes to same sex relationships, I am not going to shun my people. I'm not talking
Amen.
about the world. I'm talking about my people. Do you see what I'm saying? It is
Amen.
different. The way I might say something to you as an adult online about you being gay in the gay agenda does not mean I'm going to treat my people that way because I am not. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, whatever I think about it, if you come to me and you in my family, we going to support you no matter what. Okay?
Let me
Right.
add
And
this.
that's just the way I was raised.
Let me add this, right? I'm gonna
Hmm.
add this. I think Lady Teal, one way to broach a possible way to broach something, especially if you feel like it's going kind of
Hmm.
harsh, whatever, like no, you can't be
Hmm.
gay or something like that.
Hmm.
The good news about it is that she is 12, right? So
Right.
I don't
Right.
know about you, and I'm not trying to judge nobody, but at 12 years old,
Right.
we got a long time before dating and having boyfriends for real,
Yes.
anyway.
Right.
Yes.
So guess what? It's
Yes.
a good time to start talking about it.
Yes.
It's a good time to
Yes.
keep looking at it. But guess what?
Yes.
It's also a long time before we should even be having a conversation about truthfully having for real boyfriends, whereas your mama, daddy, everybody know
Right.
the boyfriend,
Exactly.
and actually dating, right? So
Exactly.
that's what I would broach it like, hey, it's right now, she's not even dating yet. It's a chance to just let this temper itself out and don't have to jump too hard because kids, when
Yeah.
you jump too hard, kids are
Yeah.
very defiant. So,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
interesting,
I
but the
agree.
best
I
thing
agree,
always is
Demetra.
communication. Always.
Yeah, communication is key. You're right about that. I agree. But listen to this, y'all. Beginning says, and I highlighted this comment. Beginning says we have a problem with children asking why, and I agree with that. Beginning, all right. It says we force them to speak to people they don't want to. We force them to hug people they don't want to. And never find out why we take their rights away. That is what I mean. That is a very I agree with that statement beginning. Because when I was talking about you never want to make your children feel like they are not as equal as you are, but still it's a very tight rope. You want to protect your kids, and what you don't do is never force anything on them. Like I would never force my kids, not to, what you mean? Why? You know what I mean? You can't do that. You're taking power away from your child. You know what I mean? Everybody got a voice.
Well,
You know.
Ms. Olivia, like when we was growing up, some parents didn't want to hear what you had to say because
Right.
they'll
Like
say
my
you talking to your
grandmama.
elders. You talking to
Right.
your elders. This is a grown person conversation. They
Right.
you want to tell something that happened and it could be very serious, but
Right.
parents were shutting their children down when it came
Right.
them having
Right.
an opinion about something.
Right. Right. And I was gonna say that. Let me see. Is this just
Come a
read my
long
book?
way.
Hey, that's
Is
me.
this just read my book?
It's
Okay,
me.
but okay, I agree, Lady Tia, because my grandmama, you didn't have a opinion or a choice, and you couldn't ask why when it came to my grandmama. But I think because my mama was raised with such a strong woman as my grandmama, that she wanted to do it a little differently.
Hmm.
And for me, because my mama did it a little differently, we do it a lot differently. You
Right.
do have a choice. Now you
Absolutely.
can have your opinion, and if it's something you want to do, you please come and tell me. Now whether I will say you can do it or not, that is absolutely up
Absolutely.
to me. But I at least want you to be able to, I don't want you to be scared to come and ask me. Do you see what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
Yeah.
So when
I,
that is why I told this story about what them kids was doing on the back of that bus. Number one, I didn't even realize that kids that young, just now going into middle school, was doing
Hmm.
that sort of thing. And number
Right.
two, I am glad that they felt free to come and tell not just me, their parents too, because they didn't understand what was going on, because they don't see that around here. See, that goes back to them old people when they used to say, "You can't do as I say." Do as I say, but not as I do. You gotta watch how you acting around your kids. Okay, that's part of the trust factor too. You know what I mean? Say
Yes.
you doing something, any and everything in front of your girls, and say you're a single mom, right? You can't expect your girls to be self-respecting young women when you out here acting like a hoe in front of them. Okay, so if you don't want them acting like a hoe, you don't present yourself to them as a hoe in front of that face. Now, if you want to be a hoe when you go to the club, you know what I mean. Keep that stuff at the club. Keep that stuff with the friends. But don't bring it home. Cause see, at home you're a totally different type of person. But you got a right to do what you want to do as an adult. But if you're raising girls in particular, you can't do anything in front of them girls because they're going to mimic you
well,
because you are the role model.
boys too, because you also teaching
Boys
them
too. Yeah,
how
I
to
mean
act,
boys
treat
too.
the women.
No,
You
no, no,
absolutely,
boys too.
and
Boys
how they
too.
how
But
to
say you're a
perceive
single
women.
mom, right? Say you're a single mom when you were raising a boy. We could take a boy, right? The type of women and how they treat women is an example of you, is an extension of you. Do you see what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is your boys are not going to appreciate you running in and out of all these men. You got them going through the house like a some kind of vending machine. It's a different man every time they come in. They're not going to respect you, and they're not going to respect women because they think they can run through women the way that you are running through men. And if they don't see you respecting yourself, they're not going to respect women. Do you see
And
what
they
I'm
don't
saying?
see you
So
running through men, they see men running through you.
Yeah, they see me, and that's the example. That's what I'm saying. That's the
Yes.
example that they're having.
Hmm.
So that is a bad example. Like I said, if you want to go to the club and do that, and do whatever you want to do with your friends, just don't bring it home. These songs just don't bring it home. I think sometimes people think, well, these kids, it don't matter. And then when they become teenagers, you're gonna have problems anyway. But you don't have to just like give them a bad example and then get mad at them because they are being bad examples. They're exhibiting your behavior, but you don't realize. See, that's selfish. That's selfish. If you're gonna be a hoe in front of your child gonna be a hoe in front of you. And then you gonna get mad at them because they doing something untoward, but you doing something untoward in front of them. That don't make no sense. You can't have it both ways.
Well, listen, it's like, well, hello, everybody.
Hey, just
Thanks
read
for
my
letting
book.
me up.
Uh-huh.
On that point, it's just like this. It's like you cannot complain about your child dressing like a hoochie and you're the
Right.
one that buys the clothes.
Right. That's true.
You
Absolutely.
buy the damn clothes.
That's right.
Okay. But I wanted to make a comment about something that you said. Well, you all were addressing, and that's
Mhm.
about talking to your children about sex.
Mhm.
Now, I thank God for my parents. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, they were really progressive, and I thank
Mhm.
God for that
Mhm.
because that has helped me raise mine.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
and one thing I remember because I was ear hustling.
Mhm.
um, my mother was having a conversation, and it was heated because someone thought that it was too soon to be talking to us about sex.
Mhm.
And then she was telling me about it. And, she hadn't quite talked to my sister yet. And my sister is older.
Mhm.
Now, the difference is just because you have children don't mean they're all the same and that they all mature at the same level.
Mhm. Yeah, they don't. Yeah.
Right. And some children's heads are somewhere else.
Yeah. Right.
Now, when I was thinking that my mother was gonna snap out. I really did, but she
Mhm.
didn't. She
Mhm.
said, "Listen, there is no age," and I say this all the time. There is no age to talk about sex with your
Mhm.
children. If they're
Mhm.
old enough to ask a question, they're
Mhm.
old enough to get an answer. That's
Mhm.
the age. If they
Mhm.
ask, you need to give them an answer because if do you want them to get the answer from you or do you want them to get the answer on the back of the school bus?
Yeah.
Do you want to get them to get the answer at the playground?
Right.
Do you want them
Right.
to get the answer under the bleachers?
Let
Right.
me
That's
Okay,
true.
because then the next conversation you'll be having is, I'm not scared to tell my mother or father that I'm gay. I'm scared to tell them that I'm pregnant. See, that's a
Mm.
right.
difficult conversation to have too.
Mm.
Let me let me
Mm.
let me interject this, right? I'm real grateful to have a real open relationship with my boys, right?
Hmm.
Mm.
And because I've always, maybe because I was a teenage mother too, so I know what kids do. Maybe they play
Mhm.
a part, probably do. But I've
Mhm.
always, since like around 11 and 12, I've always taught them about sex. I've always
Mhm.
talked about safe sex. When they got
Mhm.
older into the preteen years of teen,
Mhm.
then we went to the
Mhm.
demonstrations about condoms, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely. Did
Mhm.
I encourage them to have sex?
Mm.
Absolutely not.
Right.
I encourage abstinence. I encourage, waiting. I let them know about, hey, this is how
Mhm.
your life will be so much better if you didn't do and get nobody pregnant and stuff, right? Because it's
Right.
not just the baby at somebody else's house, it's everybody's situation, right?
Right. Right.
So, but at the same time, I don't try to act like they not living, breathing humans, young
That's
men.
right. Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
they got hormones. I know they're attracted to girls. I know these type of
Yeah.
things. I know they're gonna be
Yeah.
put in positions sometimes. Well, even peer pressure, right? I
Yeah.
understand it. So when we
Yeah.
talk about it, it is so freaking funny because
Right.
they like you open that line of communication and you
Uh.
got to be ready for it
Yeah.
when they exercise it, right?
Well, let me
And
tell you what we used to do, Demetri. Let me stop you right there. I'm agreeing with you because the first go round of the nieces and nephews, and I got great nieces and nephews now, and I still got it because they're coming of age. Is I used to have a condom drawer, right? So along with teaching them, you really you don't want to, do your body any kind of way and all of this. You can tell them all of that, right? You can give them the abstinence talk and waiting and all of this and all of that, and to find somebody that really love you, all this and all that. They still gonna do what they still gonna do, because I used to do what I wanted to do when I was a teenager. So to offset all of that, I'm still having what I believe is the right conversations with them, but I also had a condom drawer, right? Because I want them to be safe, and you don't want them to have, some kind of unwanted pregnancy. You want them to. My issue
Or
is safety,
disease.
right? Because
Yeah.
there is more things that you can get besides a baby. So
Right.
we had a condom drawer at my house. You come in, and the condom drawer, even to this day, is under the microwave. You don't have to ask no questions. You can wait till I'm not in the kitchen. If you need to, you come in there and get you a condom, because we already done had this conversation. And the reason why I started doing it is because I am the oldest, and I've got two sisters, right? I have no brothers. So when I got my period, I think I was 12, 13 years old. My mama started having conversations with me about sex and babies and diseases, like the whole nine, right? And so, but she didn't make me feel like I was going to be a bad person. But she did tell me that whole thing about, we live in a small community. I live in the country. Do you see what I'm saying? And if when you do something, everybody gonna find out about it, right? So
Hmm.
I always had more fear of doing something wrong, because I didn't want my family to be embarrassed. Now that's the way it was for me. But when I started having the nieces and nephews, my sisters started having kids, we started having a different type of conversation, and that conversation was safety, right? So I
Right.
want you to respect your body, but I'm also, if you choose to have sex at 16 years old or 15 years old or whatever, I want you to be safe. Do you see what I'm saying? Even if
Right,
you're not
because
telling me that you're having sex, so that's why we got the condom drawer. Okay, you
right.
might not feel comfortable with telling me, okay, I done lost my virginity, but I'm gonna need you to be safe, because it's more things that you can get besides a baby.
I
Okay.
think
That's
I
right.
think at the same time, sometimes people skirt the issue because to talk
Mhm.
about sex, they feel like that means you're saying it's okay, right? And
No,
it's
well,
not
no, you
true.
gotta emphasize, right? See, in
Hmm.
school, you know how they have the health classes, and they talk in some schools. They talking to these kids about condoms and stuff in elementary school. See, that's where the parenting coming in, and
So,
you're
so
gonna
this,
have to enforce
Right.
your
I
values
want to jump in
onto
there.
your children. Do you see what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
enforce your value, cause see, nobody should have more power over your kids than you do. Not friends, not the school, not the preacher, not nobody should have more influence over your children, because children,
That's
even
right.
teenagers, are very influenceable. Okay, so you got to have more. Part of parenting is you having more power over your children than anybody else. That's how
Right.
you
Now,
keep them safe. That's how you keep
I
them
want
out
to
of the
say
hand of
this.
child molesters and stuff. Do you
I
I
see what
want
I'm
to
wanted
saying?
to.
I want to say this. So,
Mm,
another good way to show your children when it comes to raising them is showing
uh-huh.
them a good relationship.
Right.
So, when you in a good relationship and and your daughters or your sons see
Uh-huh.
that who you with is loving on you, they
Uh-huh.
can learn about sex education in that way too, because they're learning how it looks. Because we are supposed to lead by examples with our children, and
Right.
not all of us
Yeah,
have it
across the
right. We
board.
have to figure it out in life, and I had to
Right.
do it myself. I'm speaking from
Right.
experience when it comes to that.
Right.
I
But
had to learn
sometimes love
myself
and
having
lust can
children young.
resemble each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I
showing
understand
my
what Lady T is
children.
saying about a good relationship, and then you're absolutely right about that, Lady T, because me and my husband, we are what we are, but we are still together. Do you see what I'm saying? But my nieces, especially my nieces, but my nephews too, they don't see us living some kind of we got to be perfect in front of the kids. No, it's just real around here. Okay,
Hmm.
it's just real, and you have to now. My nieces that's got children, they don't all have husbands, right? But I seen my mom and daddy was together till they died. Do you see what I'm saying? And so that made me that the world ain't the same no more either. You see what I'm saying? It's just not the same, and you got to be real, right? Whereas we are still together, and early on, I done told y'all that me and my husband, we done been in therapy 3 times, right? Trying to work this thing out because I have done want to walk away a couple of times, right? Because I am a very solitary person. But he don't want to go nowhere, and it just is what it is. Now we older now, and I don't have that problem no more, right? But had I not seen that example from my parents, I would have made a whole lot of mistakes. Now I made some mistakes, and he did too. But we didn't never separate. But that's mostly because not cause of us, cause of what we seen from the example
Right.
that both of our sets of parents raised. Now these days, you got a lot of extra stuff going on, and where you might not even start out a single parent, but you might end up one. You know what I mean? But that's okay. That's okay. You know, it's not an ideal situation. But say you in a domestic violence situation, you don't never want to teach your kids that they got to stay with this man or this woman, and these people
Right.
are flat out abusing you. So you know, and so when you seeing
And a
you
lot of
know,
domestic violence that you see is usually generational. You can look back and see that they
yeah.
watched their parents do it and their parents did it too.
Yeah, yeah. See, my
Mhm.
daddy always taught me that I have to be strong and I have to use my mind and I to always follow my mind no matter what. But at the same time, he had his own ideas, like some of the weird stuff he used to think about that used to be weird to me ain't weird now. Like never let he didn't believe in women walking around bare feet with bare feet, right? And even to this day, even in my house, even with carpet, I have my shoe. I have at least house shoes on. I don't walk around with he said it'll make your feet big or something like that. He used to say, right? But that got in my spirit, honey. And even now, I can't walk around with just bare feet, you know.
What?
And
So, Miss,
but that's
I'm
what my
barefoot
dad.
in
This
country now.
I think
yeah,
Miss,
I'm country too, but we didn't walk around, and it used to go all through there. But he told me when he got older that it wasn't necessarily cause of bad your feet getting big. It's because he didn't want us to step on glass. He didn't want us to get no kind of like even if you got even if you got a little thin cut in your feet, and say you go out and play in the grass, right? You can get some kind of foot fungus or something like that from even if you got a
That's how
little
you
cut in
get
your feet. You can get
ringworms
a
walking
yeah,
barefoot.
so
ringworms, bacterial infections, and all of that, right? So he explained it to me when I got older. But when we was kids, he said, "You always gotta have shoes on your feet because I want you to have big feet," you know. But
and
as I got older, he explained it to me.
those are examples. And I'm a woman that has had good relationships, bad relationships, married, divorced, and been through
Hmm.
a lot of relationships as
Right,
far as that concerned. But when it comes to our children, when
right,
us women, we as I'm 42 years old and I done had some bad relationships, and I think
right.
about it now how
Hmm.
I probably more than likely showed some bad examples for my because I have boys. I got a daughter and she's the baby, but I have boys, and my example that I shown them in some incidents probably wasn't good examples. So
But
relationships,
here's the
being
thing.
in
Let
good
me stop you right there.
relationships,
Let me tell you something there too. Let me stop you right there. Stuff happens, and how you handle it is the main example, right? Like you
right?
said, you done had some bad relationships, right? Now, I don't want you to think that you have to take total ownership for that, because when it comes to relationships, it takes two people. Okay, it
Right.
didn't work out, right? Now, I don't want you taking all the blame or putting it on your back that it was only just your fault because of those are your kids that you think you setting a bad example for. You don't have no control over nobody the way somebody else moves, not even in a relationship. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes a lot of us women, we think we can be the man and the woman in the relationship. You see what I'm saying? You can't treat your man, and I'm talking about in general, like it's your child, number one. And number two, you can't take what they say. You gotta always use your mind. You know what I mean? So I don't want you thinking you gotta take ownership of some type of bad relationship because what did that other person do to
So what
facilitate
I
this
look,
bad
Miss
relationship?
O, how so I and you right, but how I look at it as a parent,
Uh-huh.
I'm thinking about the end result when it comes to my children getting
Well, that's
older.
what I am too.
And that's
Yeah,
that's the reason why I would take
yeah,
blame, because I'm
yeah.
still their mom, and if this
No, it's not
relationship
about
don't
taking
work
blame,
out
baby. It's
and
about
I
having a
go to a new one,
conversation.
I do, but this happened at the time. This didn't happen instantly. At the
Uh-huh.
time, I started to look at things that I had, and yeah, I have blamed myself for things because I wish I would have had enough knowledge of understanding in a relationship to
Uh-huh.
not set certain bad examples for my sons to see.
Uh-huh.
Now that I done got older and I think about it and being in a good
Uh-huh.
relationship, because I'm in a
Uh-huh.
good relationship and I love the relationship. I see the difference in my children's responses because of the
Uh-huh.
good relationship versus
Uh-huh.
a relationship that wasn't so good.
Right.
And so I have blamed myself on decisions
Uh-huh.
that I made because at the end of the day, as their mom, I'm still making
Right.
decisions for them that I ain't thinking about because I'm thinking about myself in a
Uh-huh.
relationship.
Uh-huh.
But it
Uh-huh.
can set bad examples, but you can
Yeah.
definitely see the difference how children react in when you're in a good relationship versus a
Right.
bad one.
I
Have you
And
agree.
sat
it
down and spoken
can
to your
set an
children
example.
about that?
Right.
Huh?
That's what I was wondering.
What do you say, Miss? Just read my book.
Have you sat down and had that conversation with your children about that?
Right.
Oh yeah. See, I like to talk to my children. I came from a generation when I was being raised that my opinions I couldn't do that. I mean I couldn't even say the word lie in my family.
Yeah.
It was like a cuss word. But
Uh,
raising my children, I want my kids to tell me stuff because it was stuff I wanted to say to my parents
yeah.
when I was growing up. So
Yeah.
my kids do are able to say stuff to me that they feeling a way about, and
Yeah.
all I'm saying is learning, going through relationships and learning from then to now the
Yeah.
difference in having a bad relationship and a good relationship. It is
Right.
a good molding point for kids to see when you will get a total different response from your kids when they see you
Yeah.
in a good relationship versus a
Right.
bad one.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And my
also
kids
a
Because
have
I
good.
told
was
me about
used to
those bad
seeing my.
What?
relationships. I felt bad because they told me about how they felt while I was in that relationship, and it made a huge difference that we
Right.
as parents have to understand that our choices in our relationships can affect
Right.
our children.
Well, we
Yeah.
just the key word that you said was selfish. You know what I mean? Because I believe if you got kids, you got to think about them first. Do you see what
Right.
I'm saying? You have to think
Yeah.
about them first. You know, but before, especially when they kids in your house, you know what I mean? You have to think about your babies first, your children first. So, say you went
But
through and had a couple of bad relationships, right? I'm sure the relationships didn't start out that way, but when you know this thing is going wrong, and you know your kids see it's going wrong, that's when you start having your conversations with them, about the situation, in
mhm.
my opinion,
Yeah.
because that way you're putting your children first. You don't want to put them after. Like a lot of parents won't even, let you around their kids with good reason. Because a lot of people will try to get with you when they find out you got kids. Some people, and they really want your kids, they don't even want you. They just they predators. So they preying on you because you a single parent. Now, I'm talking about in general, not about you, Lady Tia. So you
Yeah, I
always
know what
have
you're
to
saying.
be mindful of your kids first. And it's hard sometimes, to be mindful of them first. Because I'm constantly having these conversations with my nieces. Now, my grown nephew, he don't have no kids, but I'm constantly having conversation with my nieces that do have kids, that are not married. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't push that either. And the reason why I don't push that is because you don't want to do what what my daddy did, okay? Like my daddy brought my husband home, and at first I didn't even like him. I told y'all that before too, because I was trying to do me, you know, and but child, they
So
was
that's
right.
different. Yeah, that's a different
But
being
it's a
raised
different
different.
time. It was a different time because
Right.
uh, my daddy and my mama wholeheartedly believed in that all three of us need to be married. You know what I
Right.
mean? And
Yeah.
so, but like I said, it was a different time back then, you know,
Right.
and so that's
Mhm.
what we did because that's what was expected. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Now me, I just happened to start liking the fool just because I was hot, but it just was what it was, and he wouldn't go nowhere, you know, and he
You
wouldn't
said
go
you were
nowhere,
hot.
and yeah, I was hot. I ain't even gonna lie, I was hot.
Oh.
I was grown, but I wasn't that
Yeah.
damn for some of the stuff that I was doing, child. I ain't gonna lie to you. But but yeah, that situation kind of crept up on me. And but my daddy was right. But what if he was wrong though?
But guess
What would
Well,
what,
I have
Lisa?
yeah.
done?
Because we
Well,
ain't got it's no
that's
book on
why you.
parenting. You
Right.
you um you learn. See, parents, we learn how to be parents as the years go by. And if you ain't
Mm-hmm.
learning how to be a better parent, then you
Right.
failing your children.
Yeah, cause
You
you being
should learn.
selfish.
Well, shoot, I was
But
Yeah, you
18
ain't
see,
put
in
and
them
I brought
first.
my
parenting
baby home. And I looked at
is
him on the bed and I was like, what's next? My mama stayed with me for 3 months to make sure I
Uh-huh.
was doing what I was supposed to do, but I didn't know what to do.
and
Right. Right.
parenting is always going to be different, no matter how
Yeah.
many children you have, because your children
Yeah.
are not the same.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What works
When
for
my
one
when
doesn't
me and
work
my
for
when my
another.
sisters started having kids, and we was all young, you know. I used to always put my 2 cents in because I went to school for this, right? And so I would always put my 2 cents in, and then me and my middle sister, I always used to go back and forth because the first thing that she used to say, "But you ain't got no kids, how you know?" And then it's on from there. But I was always advocating for the kids, and she was always pushing back. But in the end, you still gonna do what I say because that's the way it is, okay? But
That's right.
but anyway, we used to go back and forth, and she used to love to say that. She used to say that to the point to where my baby sister, I done told y'all them stories, but after she would calm down and I would say why, I was telling her, I was suggesting that you do this as opposed to this, even though I don't have kids. Just because I don't have kids don't mean I ain't been a kid. You know what I mean? And my middle
Right.
sister, she was real, real, real strict, like my grandmama. Not like my mama, but like my grandmama. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I got my grandmama's mouth and her strong will, but my sister, my middle sister, it was like she was the carbon copy of my grandmama and not my mama. And I'm like, girl, you better let up a little bit because you know all the sneaky stuff that we used to do. You know
Baby,
what I mean?
let
So
me
you
tell
better
you, a
realize what's
fool.
going on. You can't say you not gonna do this and you not gonna do that because
Right.
if it didn't work for us, how you think it's gonna work for them?
I
That
had
don't
That's
to
make
true.
tell
sense.
my
That's not
yeah,
logical.
I had to tell my girlfriend, I'm like, girl, if you don't ease up, if you don't tighten this grip that you think that you got, you gonna
Right.
wind up having a house full of children who can't
I
wait to turn
swear.
18 to get the fuck away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. And
I'm
I
serious.
tell
They
my
were
middle
trying to,
sister that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, girl, you cannot control every aspect of everything.
Uh-uh.
You just
Uh-uh.
Well,
can't.
and if you do that, how much of a effective decision maker are you creating in a child? If
Yes,
you think
absolutely.
everything and make every decision, you know what I'm saying? Then what
Mm-hmm.
happens is they become indecisive. They always look
Yes.
for somebody else to tell them what's right or wrong. And when
Mm-hmm.
they faced with a dilemma, they don't know how to
Yep.
work their way out the corner.
Okay,
I
I've
you
been
agree,
want
there
us to
with you
Demetri.
try to have
forever.
a 25-year-old calling you from the gas station saying, do I get 88, 89,
Right.
or 92? What kind
Yep,
of
Right.
they're
shit
gonna
is that? Yeah, you got to,
Yeah, cause you
yeah.
don't
yeah.
ran their life, their whole life. You don't ran their life. You making our decisions, and
Right.
they're not making none. I agree with Demetri. That's right.
Yeah.
You are
Yep.
absolutely right about that. You are
So Miss
absolutely
O,
right.
I'm
Hmm.
about to step down. I enjoyed the
Okay.
conversation. Y'all, I'm gonna listen to anything that y'all have to say left, but I'm gonna still ask my question. What would you do in
Yes.
a situation with the little girl telling me something that she didn't tell
Yeah.
her parents?
Well,
It's
Demetri,
my
at the end, I
family
mean,
and I
not
love them to
Demetri.
death. I
Lady
do
Tia,
not
at the
want
end of
her
the
to fall away from me.
Listen, Lady Tia, at the end of the day, you do what you think is right. But the only thing that I see, because you're gonna do it anyway, what you think is right, because you're supposed to. You're a grown woman. But I
Right.
just suggest asking, wanting to get a little bit more information. Especially from her. Why did you feel like you want to come to me before you asked your parents? You know
Exactly.
what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you are the, I guess, auntie or cousin or whatever, and she still got parents. But I would just want to know why. Why, did you feel like you could share? And thank you for trusting me enough, but
Right.
why? I just want to know why first before I move
Right.
forward.
It's like,
And so
is she afraid, or does she just need you to cushion the blow, or just support?
right,
Or yeah, find out first, because the main thing is, safety, and you want to make
Right.
sure that she's not in a space where she's in despair and feels like if this doesn't
Right.
go right, I'm gonna jump. I mean,
Right.
I know that
Right.
sounds harsh, but that shit
It's the
happens,
truth.
and
That's
we
where
want
It's
I'm
to
the
looking
truth.
at
avoid
it.
that at all costs.
Yeah.
That's where I'm
Yeah.
looking at it. Just remember, I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump
Mhm.
down. Demetri, I want to
Okay.
hear your what you think, your advice on that as well. Cause I mean, I
And you know
appreciate
what?
all you ladies.
I wanted to really say I appreciate being able to get the respect enough to hold the conversation as well. Because guess what? Just
Mhm.
because my children not in my house don't mean I'm a horrible mother or anything. I have
Right.
close relationships with
Absolutely.
my
Absolutely.
children, and I'm
Yes.
even better with them now that I'm clean and sober, right? But
Absolutely. Yeah.
what I just really I personally I would do the same thing as far as asking the why and letting them know,
Mhm.
hey, I appreciate you think I'm a safe person to come to, right?
Mhm.
I would at the
Yeah.
same time say, okay, that kind of like shelf it for a moment. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
then I would absolutely, for me, I would broach the conversation with the parents. I
Yeah,
Mhm.
would
you got
talk to
to.
the parents. I would say, hey, what's your mindset on this? And hey, this is
Right.
what, and I would absolutely let them know, hey, it's not nothing about your parenting, but she did come to me. So,
Right. Right.
let's not shut her down. But I
Mhm.
definitely want to
Mhm.
come to you because you're the parent, and so we can work
Mhm.
on the same accord, right? That way
Mhm.
you're not
Yeah.
overstepping boundaries. That way you know already what their viewpoints are. That way,
Right.
and then at that moment, it also allows you to go back to the child,
Mhm.
right? And then the parents
Mhm.
know then too that hey, maybe we
Mhm.
need to do something about opening up this line of communication.
Yeah, because you
Mhm.
don't want to, because no
Mhm.
matter what, you don't want to eat. Because if the parents get mad, they can get over it. You don't want that child to feel like their trust has been betrayed because you're the only one they came to.
Right.
Mhm.
So you
Mhm.
want to
I
keep
agree.
that line of communication open at all costs. You don't want to damage that. So, like
Mhm.
she's saying, do that.
Mhm.
Find out. Feel that out, and then feel
Mhm.
out the parents. Don't just go to them and say, "Hey,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
just feel it out first, and then you'll know what you're up against and how to
Mhm.
proceed."
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
But
I appreciate that, lady.
one advantage that you have off the rip is that y'all are family. You know what I mean?
Right.
yeah.
And
And
Right.
the good
so
thing is
that's
that
one
she
advantage
felt
that
that
you
she
do
could
have.
come to you.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Because you
That's a
gotta
good
have
feeling.
somebody. It's
Yeah.
absolutely a good feeling. That's why I try to be the cool aunt, but I am the aunt. I am not the friend. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
sometimes them kids have done asked me stuff, y'all, that I done had to cringe on the inside. But you won't see it on the outside of my face because my face is blank. But in the inside, I'm cringing. Okay?
Right.
Mhm.
Because I don't want them to think that they can't come to me no matter what. Even if it's cringy, they can still come to me. Okay? And I just
Thank
have
you,
to take a
ladies.
breath. And
You're
so
welcome,
yeah,
ladies. I hope everything
Yeah.
worked out. Good luck.
Yeah, I'll give y'all
me
a
too.
report and see if that's how she really feel or if it's something she think
Yeah,
Okay.
that she
kind of
should
get on
feel.
Yeah.
that one right away because
Yeah, cause she
for teens,
12.
yeah,
Yeah.
for teens and preteens, everything is like right now. Everything is,
Right.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
I know one
All right,
thing,
ladies.
y'all. My boy came home and I was over there that day, right, with my sons. I just so
Mhm.
happened to be there that day. I say, God work in mysterious ways, right?
Mm.
I'm there. And they get home from school because they both in high school, so they together in school finally again. Baby, they came in there and was excited to see me. And my oldest boy was just steady pushing my youngest boy, tell mama, tell mama. I'm thinking it's
hmm.
something crazy, right?
Mhm.
And girl, my 14-year-old that had his first kiss. Girl,
Oh.
and I,
Oh,
I found it like I love the fact that they tell me stuff, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Because guess
Yes.
what? Every time they tell you something, it gives you an opportunity to have a further discussion,
Yeah.
right? So then I
Yes.
got to talking
Absolutely.
about, hey, you don't want to go too fast. Who asked about who tried to get the kids first? I want to know if you think a little
Mhm.
fast ass girl,
Yeah.
and then and to not, to be a gentleman. Teach him to
Yes.
be a
Yes.
right,
gentleman, right? Where
Yes.
you kissing her at? You are not, you know what I'm saying? Not to just fuss, but I say, well, good. You coming a little man, but it give you a chance to talk about so
Yes. Mhm.
much, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I never
Yeah.
thought until I had these boys start being at this age and stuff like that. It's just so weird to me because as a woman with girls, you kind of prepared to talk about stuff, right? But with
Mhm.
boys, it's like from such a different aspect that is
Mhm.
so interesting to me just to experience it, right? Like
Mhm.
what kind of
Mhm.
young man do you want to have? You don't
Mhm.
want him to be too, at the same time, I teach my boys the biggest thing I've learned but I didn't know that this was going to be a lesson I taught my boys, is to
Mm-hmm.
literally value themselves too. Now, I knew I was
Mm-hmm.
going to teach that.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
knew I was going to be teaching that to my girls. My girl.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know until it came around that it
Mm-hmm.
was going to be the same level kind of
Mm-hmm.
conversation about respecting themselves, not spreading
Mm-hmm.
themselves too thin and being all this kind of different stuff, to
Mm-hmm.
care about themselves too. I didn't know that was going to be the same conversation until it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
I'm
so
Mm-hmm.
just
Because
like,
you
glad to
want to be
hear that from
respected.
you, Demetra, because I
Me
don't
too.
hear
Yeah.
women say that. And it's like, you ever hear that the argument is easier for girls and boys, it's easier to raise boys and girls, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I thought I
but you
wanted to
heard
have,
that, right?
I
Everybody, that's an
literally used to say
age-long
I wanted my boys to
conversation.
be little pimps. I know that sounds stupid. I literally,
That damn it.
no, I'm being honest. I literally thought it was gonna be easy with boys, and then with my boys, I wanted me some little pimps, some little max, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that I was gonna be like everything, like super masculine, toxic, but I didn't know it was toxic shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Until I started raising them, right? Then I started seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm telling y'all, it was so shocking to me that
Mm-hmm.
hey, no, that's not the right way to be. You
Right.
know, you want and you start teaching
Right.
them something different. You learn
Mm-hmm.
as you go. But I
Yeah.
thought that was because that was
Mm-hmm.
what I seen.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I
Yeah.
thought that was what masculinity and what it's supposed to be,
Right, right. But
right?
like you said, you always want to teach them
But
self-respect. Do you see what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
especially when it comes to little black boys, that boys that they got so much, they got just as much coming at them from the world than the girls do. You know what I mean? They always want to. We know that in this country, a black boy is born with a target on his back, right? So as you're teaching
I'm
them
gonna
how to
quit saying
navigate
that.
through the world, how to protect themselves, but you always want their self confidence to be on 10. You know what I mean? So I understand where you was coming from when you said I wanted my boys to be pimps or hyper masculine. What you really saying is you want them to have their own sense of self and their own sense of self worth. Do you see what
Right.
I'm saying?
And
And
to
and,
be, I
and
was
teach them
mistaken
She
that
was
for
going along with what
confidence.
she
right,
had seen, and then
right.
as
And
she was
then
going
and
on,
then
she
what
realized that wasn't the way.
right,
And
but
it's
see
good
what's
that
gonna
she learned
what
and taught it. I'm
right, and
sorry.
then what I know, she wants the best for her boys, and that she,
Right.
she want them to be followers. She wants them to be leaders, right?
Right.
And so, but they got to have the world will beat you down, So, like my nephew, I got my great nephew now. I only have one nephew. Like I said, he don't have kids yet, and but my great nephew, he's 16, right? Child, let me tell you something. He think he is the bee's knees, if you can put it like that, right? He won't
Mm-hmm.
talk to any old kind of girl. He won't, he put his self worth first. And the reason why he do that is because the way we treat all of them, but the way we treat the boys in the family in particular. And the reason why we treat them that way and talk to them, like tell them they kings, you so handsome, and you saying you like this girl, did this girl like you, but do you like the girl for real? And it's all about asking questions. And for me, if they coming to me and telling me something, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start asking questions. Well, what do you feel about it? Do you like her
Mm-hmm.
back? Or you just want to talk to her because she like you? Because if you don't like her back, why are you wasting your time? Basically, you know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, what do you think about it? What do you think about her liking you? You know what I
Right.
mean?
And let them talk.
Because to me, that's politicking for self worth. Just cause somebody like you don't mean you have to like them back or even give them the time of day. You
And
know what I
don't give me
mean?
that question about them girls. Them little girls, some little fast tail girls. And
Yes,
so,
ma'am.
Yes,
for
Lord.
real, they'll be, you gotta tell them don't be brushed by these girls either. Cause hey,
Mhm.
just like you said about on that bus, right?
Mhm.
It takes the boys and the girls to participate in that food,
Mhm. Mhm.
right?
You are
So,
absolutely right. Mhm.
so it's
Yeah,
been
you're
a
right,
great time.
Demetri.
I'm gonna drop down on Olivia because guess what? I got more than what I bargained for, and it was absolutely great. I knew
Demetra, I enjoyed you up here. I was so glad.
Me
I was in the
too.
chat for the longest, and I'm like, let me join in. You were great,
Yeah,
Demetra.
Oh, well,
and Demetri.
I always like to have places where I can literally go and just have
Yeah,
some real conversations about real stuff.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
I must say this. I say this because it's such a big difference for me personally,
Mhm.
right? The biggest difference is like for this over almost 18 months next month on the first, I have 18 months clean, right?
Congratulations.
Thank you. And then one of the
Yay.
biggest things is now, I feel a little bit more hurt, right? Because
Mhm.
I know that I can be taken a little bit more seriously, and
Mhm.
because I conduct myself with more respect, self-respect, and things like that. So it's like
Mhm.
one of the biggest blessings that come with me being clean and sober is the fact
Mhm.
that it gives me the confidence or what have you to know
Mhm.
that when I'm speaking about serious things, people can actually hear me instead of worrying about what I've been doing you know what I'm saying? Because that
Yes.
don't
Absolutely.
make you not a thinker. That don't make you not active in life. It don't make you. A
Right.
lot of people get stuff real misconstrued. If you're
Mhm.
an alcoholic and addict, it don't make you a person who don't know nothing. A person who ain't. It
Right.
just means that you got stifled by your addiction or your
Mhm.
alcoholism.
Mhm.
So
You got
I'm
sidetracked
real
for a
grateful.
while.
Huh?
It just means you got sidetracked for a while. That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I love this conversation. I'm talking about all the way around. We talked about
Thank you.
everything. I love it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And y'all have a
Yeah.
great Saturday.
Okay,
You
Demetra,
too,
can I just tell
Demetra.
you before you
Huh?
leave? Can I just tell you before you leave? Thank you so much for bringing up the conversation, because you totally turned around my live and you did turn it into a real conversation. And thank you so much for that. Thank
Oh,
you. I
no problem.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
No, thank you, Demetra. Thank you for coming up. Okay.
Sure. Thank you. Bye
All
bye.
right. Goodbye. Have a good day. Just read my book, child. I didn't even mean to be on here this long, but like I said, Demetra and Lady Tia, y'all turned it into a real conversation. I appreciate it. Thank y'all.
This was wonderful, and thank you for having me up. I'm going to drop down now.
Okay, but thank you
And
for hitting the
I
link.
enjoyed
Thank
it.
you. Oh,
Thanks.
thank you. Thank you so much. But y'all, I didn't even mean for us to be on here this long. Okay. But let me go on and tell y'all about Diddy before I close out. But thank you, Lady Tia and Demetra, and just read my book. And even and thank you, Dovey. Thank you for everybody that came up. But I did put Diddy on the thing. And the only thing I want to say about Diddy is I didn't appreciate him, honey, settling so fast, because the day that I dropped the video about him being sued, thank you, Demetra. Demetra said I gotta walk the dog and feed the fish. I know that's right, Demetra. Child, I know that's right. I got things I gotta do too. I didn't think I was gonna spend 2.5 hours on here. There had to be a good conversation, y'all, for me to be on here this long. But let me tell y'all, right, the day I dropped the video about him being sued is the day he gonna settle out of court. And what that told me is everything that we already knew anyway, and that he was guilty. You see what I'm saying? So it was real quick. And then so they come and put out these statements, and and I think that a lot of some people are upset with Cassie for settling out of court, agreeing to the settlement, but I can understand where Cassie's coming from, because if I was suing him for $30 million and he wanted to sue out of it, but first he playing chicken, he act like he didn't want to give her nothing, right? And then when found out she was serious, he said, "Oh Lord, we got to make this right." Publicity, and he in trouble because people are doing. He gonna be R. Kelly here in a minute. Okay, we know Diddy's days is numbered. And it's time for him to pay the devil his due. But if it was me and I was Cassie, I would have got more than 30 million because he wanted to settle. Right, Lady Tia, watch other women come out. And I got to do a pre-recorded video concerning him and Young Miami, and this girl named Gina V, right? So, but anyway, if he wanted to settle with me and I was Cassie, he would have been paying me more than 30 million because she had him on the ropes and he had to settle then. I guess he thought the girl was playing with him, but she wasn't playing with him, right? And so, yeah. Oh, Soul Sister said, some people don't believe that you are going to do what you're going to do until you put it on a table, right? So she did what she had to get back. That too, but she also did what she had to do. She got 100 million. Lady Tia did she good for her? Because the show would have been more than 30 million. Because now you want to settle all of a sudden. Okay, you want to settle. You want to keep me quiet. It's gonna cost you more than 30 million. And if that's the way she felt like she had to get justice for what had been done to her for over a decade, and that's just how she, felt like she wanted to get justice. I don't think nobody can judge her for selling out of court. You know what I mean? But it told me that Diddy was guilty, that he did in fact do everything that she told him to do. Okay, that's all it told me. But he allegedly done a whole lot of things. Go all the way back to Tupac. Tupac and Biggie and all these multiple women. Even he's still doing the same thing, even right to this day with that young Miami girl. She a real girl, a young girl, and she thinks she on top of things, but she really not because he been used to doing women like this. Right? He would have had to pay me more too, Lady T. Would have had to pay me more than 30 million. He sure would have. But that was justice enough for her. You know what I mean? If she felt like she wanted to do that, then to get justice, and to feel vindicated, then that's what she felt like she had to do. She still got her story out. She still let the world know how badly he treated her, and she still got her punitive damages as well. So yeah. So I call it justice. As far as people being mad at her for settling, I don't see why. It's her life. And those are her choices. But it just tripped me. I was like, oh yeah, oh okay. I thought he was gonna go on through with it though. I thought he was gonna go on and go through the court case. But he must know that girl wasn't playing with him, and ain't no telling what kind of evidence she had. Because like I said on that pre-recorded video yesterday, if they didn't have evidence on him doing and treating her the way that she said, then that lawyer, because he is the one that brought not Epstein, but the one that's in jail now, he's the one that brought him down. Was it Epstein? No, it's what is his name? That movie producer guy. That lawyer is the one that brought him down, and that's the reason why he in jail right to this day. So it ain't even over for Diddy, and I hope more women and men will start to speak up because of what Cassie did, because I believe that Cassie opened the floodgates. Okay, that's what I think. Just read my book says she better move today. Don't go home for furniture. I know that's right. Not nothing. Take the money and run away. Because I heard they're saying now that he threatened her after he gave her that money, and then with his right surviving Diddy. I know that's right, Lady Tia. So yeah, I wouldn't have, yeah, because you don't know when you go. Y'all know when Al Sure started saying that Kim Porter's death was shady and he didn't trust Diddy. He got sick after Kim Porter died, for speaking out, wondering what really happened in Kim Porter's death, and he just now recovering. And so we heard Cassie saying that he blew up, he allegedly had Kid Cudi's car, blown up after he found out that they was having a relationship, you know. And so, but yeah, you can't trust him. I went back to Tupac. That Keefe guy said that Diddy and Suge Knight paid him $1 million to assassinate Tupac. And that is what the Keefe guy said. Of course, it's all allegedly heard. I say allegedly because I wasn't there. But everybody ain't telling the same lie about Diddy. People been complaining about how dirty he is for years. And so, but yeah, but as far as that girl, as far as Cassie and her family, I hope she be safe. I mean, let me see if this just read my book again. Hold on a minute, y'all. Let me put my banner back up because y'all know people be bombing. And this has been a good video, Chad. I want to stay up.
I know
Is this
that's
you just read
right.
my book?
Yes,
Okay.
it's me.
Okay.
I just had to comment on what you were saying. You know
Okay.
what? I knew that something was going on with him immediately. I'm talking about before this. When Keefe D got arrested, I knew it because we all know Diddy is a greedy, grimy dude.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, okay. So do you realize that after that happened that he gave everybody, all his artists, their own masters?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yes. Now, what
Oh.
was there? There's some shit going on. I knew right
Yeah.
then. I said, he's setting the wheels in motion so he can get the hell up out of here.
Yeah, I agree with you because he done so much. Just read my book. It's
Yeah.
time for the devil to get his due because, like you said, he is demonic.
Yeah.
I mean that's what Stephanie D said. He is demonic, and he made a deal with the devil a long time ago. That's why he's so dirty. It's just like people, people like our age. We remember when him and Notorious Big start not getting along for real. Do you see what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? And some of these artists, even to this day,
You
they
know,
are
his
worth
daddy
more
was a
dead.
demon.
Yeah, they are worth more dead than alive. Cause don't y'all know they
Mhm.
take insurance out on these artists and stuff, And I
Yeah.
truly believe that like some of these young artists, especially today, like what is that little boy's name with the different color hair? He ended up getting shot, and I think that some of this stuff is set up. You
Oh,
know,
Takashi.
yeah, not Takashi, but
Oh,
another extension, triple X extension.
he's got
When they
colored
killed
hair
him,
too.
yeah, he got killed. Yeah, well, I think he, I don't know, but
I
anyway,
forgot
I,
all the colored hair stuff. Okay,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's I don't really know nothing a lot about these young rappers these days, but we remember how it was back in the day. Stephanie
Yeah.
G said when Jamie Foxx said something, he got right. Stephanie, I was gonna say that, and we remember Jamie Foxx. He got sick after he said something about Diddy's party. And he said they was
Mm-hmm.
playing, the men was playing naked basketball or something like that. A little bit after that, honey, Jamie Foxx was about took up out of here. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
so, and like Lady Tia said, we knew Diddy wasn't right, cause he started taking the artist money and stuff. And a couple of them
He was
artists that
taking them
spoke, them
from
bad
the
boy artists, like
beginning.
look at Mary J. Blige. She was broke at one point in time, cause Diddy was taking all the money from her. And how he did Mace. Mace went to God. He turned into a preacher. How he done so many
That's
of his, or
what.
even that Danity Kane, that Aubrey O'Day lady, she's speaking
Uh-huh.
up about how they was treated.
I mean,
And
think
so
about
yeah.
it. How okay? We saw that little TV show they did, Making the Band. We saw how
Mhm.
nasty and how absorbed he was.
Mhm.
What a narcissist he was. I hate
Mhm.
using that word now because everybody uses it and they don't even know what
Mhm.
the hell it means. But in
Right.
this case, it is what he is.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I absolutely
Yes.
agree with you.
Now,
He's absolutely. He don't have no conscience. You know what I
no,
mean? He
he
gotta
does
be
not
twerking
care.
around over there in the synagogue of Satan. Okay, but one thing about it is when he crossed the right person, they're gonna take him down like they took down Bill Cosby. They're gonna take him down like they took down R. Kelly and Weinstein and all the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's how the wheel turning. He
Epstein,
go.
Weinstein, all of it.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
now,
and a lot of people not realizing that they don't protect Diddy like they used to. Those higher ups, because see, he answered to somebody
no,
too. He
because
happened.
he's getting
Mhm.
too he's becoming a loose cannon.
Yeah, he is, and then it's proof that he's. I'm glad you said that because he messed up something with when it comes to Ciroc. Like he got to thinking he owned Ciroc, right? But he was
Mm-hmm.
just a representative of theirs, and he crossed them some kind of way. And ever since he crossed them, people been coming out with more, speaking up more and more about him. They are sick of him, and so. But when you cross them people, the people that's really got the dollars, they can change your life because he's still a black man at the end of the day. I don't care if if he worth $1 billion or not. You see how they did Bill Cosby, okay?
Yeah.
And so they getting
Well,
tired
I mean, but
of reading
again,
my
because
book,
guilty is guilty is guilty. But some people can see. It's not even about your money. Sometimes you can have that money,
right?
but you have to have the likability.
Yeah, that's true. They sick of him.
And
I
Diddy
agree.
does not have the likability.
Don't
There's
nobody
more
like him. He's
people
so
who
dirty.
no. There's more people
Hmm.
who don't like him than do. And those
Yeah,
who pose in those pictures,
yeah.
damn well they don't even like him. You can tell they stand like 2 inches from him. Like I hate
Hmm.
this motherfucker.
Can't stand him. Don't want to deal with
Yeah,
him. He's so vile and indecent. It is just
he is.
horrible. But
That's
I
why
really
when I
felt like.
said
I'm sorry. Go
when I
ahead.
noticed he had given everybody the right their own right their rights back to all of
Hmm.
that, I said, "Oh
Mm.
hell no, he trying to make a clean." I knew right
Hmm.
then.
Yeah.
And let me tell
Trying to
you
walk
something.
back.
The next thing you're gonna figure out, well, not
Hmm.
figure out. The next thing we're gonna find out, they're gonna catch him somewhere trying to leave the damn country. I bet you
Yeah.
he's on the damn watch list. They're gonna find him trying to get away, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be arrested at some damn international airport. Watch.
Yeah. Like what's his name? He left the country. Russell Simmons. He left the
Mm-hmm.
country when they start. When he figured out they was taking him down, it was his turn because they start leaking
Mm-hmm.
information about him. He fooled with Kamora Lee Simmons when she was young. He
Yeah.
another one that did that. Who knows how messed up Aaliyah would have been. If she was still alive. Because that was done to her. Just like it
Think
was
about
done to
how
the
messed
Cassie.
up she already was.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you know, but and then who knows? You know, it's even a mystery when it comes to Aaliyah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just so because a lot of older men, a couple of those older artists, you know, was fooling with that girl, and she was too young for him to fool with. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and just the whole thing is just sick. You know, and so, but far as Diddy go, he got a lot to answer for. A lot to answer for. Not only with just the women, but the men and the way he treated his artists and just the whole thing. It's just it always was put a bad taste in my mouth after Notorious Big got shot. How he came out and made money off of his death with that
Mm-hmm.
song that he made. You know, and just that every step you take, every move you make, that song right there. You
Uh-huh.
know, and then I be missing you. But my thing is, don't you know that song is about a stalker? That song he was
Okay.
what the
Yeah.
original song. It's about
Yes.
stalking
Because I love
somebody.
Sting, but I'm gonna tell you something. Sting started to scare the shit out of me with his music. I used to be a big fan,
Mm-hmm.
but he started. But when he went solo
Yeah.
and he started making, I'm like, he used to scare the shit out of me. Now
Yeah. He
I'm
got real dark.
he did, and I'm gonna tell you something. I am
Mm-hmm.
really willing to believe that fool is a damn serial killer.
You, shoot, Jason read my book. I wouldn't doubt it.
Do you
You know,
remember
he
the
made a
song
whole
he
stalker
called?
song. I'm like, he telling these people, he telling the world that he's a stalker.
Yeah, he's stalking and he's talking about how to kill and what you do and I'm like,
Yes.
how do you get into that? And then you have to
Hmm.
stop and think. People who are criminals are criminals. Whether or not
Mm-hmm.
you have money only increases your ability to make your
That's right.
crimes bigger. That's
That's
all.
right.
Okay.
That's
Now, if
just read my book. I don't mean to interrupt you, but you're right about that. Have you seen that? There's a documentary about that Army Hammer guy. He was an actor. I think. You know, he was. You know, his wife. He come from money, right? And his people, his daddy and his granddaddy, they was all off into that BDSM stuff, right? And he
oh,
was, you know, and his wife divorced him because he had started, you know, talking about eating human flesh and you know, and he was raping women and stuff. You know, got them thinking it's some kind of BDSM relationship, but it was about, you know, he was raping the women and doing them real bad. You
no.
know, but his wife divorced him when he started talking about eating kids and eating people's body parts and
Oh
all
shit,
of this
who
and
was
all. It's a
that?
whole documentary. Yeah, and it was on HBO. Army Hammer. Yes,
Army
I ain't.
and spell
His
it.
name is Army Hammer.
Arm ARMY, like the
Uh,
army.
you know, like Arm and Hammer. Army Hammer. ARMIE Hammer. HAMMER. Trying to
Oh,
find a
army, yeah.
documentary.
The people who own. Okay.
Yeah, his people
Oh,
own the Arm and Hammer people. Yeah,
yeah.
them his people. Yeah, his granddaddy started that company.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a whole dark history with that whole with the men in that family. And child, he just went crazy with it. He lost his mind.
Oh my God.
And the reason why his wife came out and started saying all the things that he was saying and doing, you know what, you know, is because she had to be safe. She got her kids up out of there, and she needed to be safe. That's why she had to go public when she divorced him with all that weird stuff that he had
Mhm.
going on. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh my god. Or
yeah,
he probably had her killed if she didn't. You know, she did that to protect herself and her kids. So he
exactly.
would end up killing her.
Yes. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, I think that is why, like, now I'm not going to say the whole TV show, but
hmm
there was one person that I'm going to say went on a TV show, that Mob Wives.
hmm
He went on there. Now, actually, before she went on there, she was on another TV show before that TV show came into existence. You know, I used to watch the ID channel all the time, and you know, they have all these different shows, you know, crime shows, all of this stuff.
hmm
And she knew that she had a tag on her head
Mm.
because she was truly a mob wife.
hmm
And when her husband went down, she knew like they're supposed to take care of her and the family, right? And
hmm
when they cut off all contact with her, she said, "Oh my God, I'm next. They're gonna kill me. They're gonna kill my baby." So
Mm.
what she did was go public.
Mm.
So
That
that
sounds.
way, Yeah, and that protected her. Everybody was saying, "How could you go on? You're so stupid. Why would you go on TV? Why would you go on these?" She said,
That she want
"I'm
to be
here,
safe.
right? Yeah."
Right.
And
Yeah, she
that's
want to
what
be
saved
safe.
her. It sure
Mm-hmm.
is. Well,
Yeah.
Jesus, but still,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a smart thing to do. She's like, yeah, I had to go public. She said, I
Yeah.
can hide and I'm gonna be found hidden and
Right.
dead if they find me.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So
You're
yeah,
right.
and that's what she did. She went public, and that's why she's
Yeah.
alive now.
I know that's right. Hey, Lady Tia.
Hey, Miss O. So I wanted to add to the conversation.
Hey,
So
Mm-hmm.
did you hear about? I mean, because we all have heard about the Diddy thing. It's a
Mm-hmm.
35 paper
Mm-hmm.
complaint.
Yes.
So
Mm-hmm.
I've been listening. I mean, there's a few people that I only go to for a certain situation because if they put it out, I look at them as a credible source. So I went to
Mm-hmm.
ChronicleSpeaks. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Miss O, the in that paperwork that Cassie put out, she said that he had her um sleeping with male prostitutes,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it happened like a
Oh shoot.
3 days in a row, like a whole 3 days, a whole weekend in his
Mm-hmm.
hotel,
Mm-hmm.
to the point where he was giving her drugs, but to the point they had to
Mm-hmm.
get an IV for her.
Yes. Yes. The freak
mhm.
off. Mm-hmm.
The freak off with the IV. That if she had to get an IV, that means she was so drained. That is
Yeah.
sick as hell.
Yeah. It's sick. It is sick. And then talking about she had to find the male prostitutes with the big black, what's, and
And
she
he
had to wear
wanted
the
her to
white
have
fingernail
Protection.
polish, and she
white,
had to
yeah, the
wear the
white
white
fingernail
finger.
polish.
Yes.
I believe all of it. I believe
Me
all of
too.
what she said happened. And also
Mhm.
the fact that so this was a question that I was, because it's been trending all over social media.
Mhm.
But this was a question that was posed, and I want to ask you two ladies. This is gonna be funny, y'all answer. So the question that was posed is, would you rather, because this is a hypothetical question,
Mhm.
and because this is a bad situation, would you rather had it been his homeboys that did all of this for the 3 days, or male prostitutes that did this for 3 days?
Neither. The fuck. And
Of
what's
course,
funny?
neither. Of course, neither. I wouldn't want none of this to happen to her. But the fact that it could have been her homeboy, I mean, his homeboys, but he chose to
Mhm.
have male prostitutes to do
Well,
this.
well, the reason why I
Where did
think it
that
was
question come from? Where did you
I
what
was
made
watching a
that
YouTuber,
question?
Mhm.
and the question was posed, and I was thinking about it like, none of this I wouldn't want to happen to me at all. But if
Right.
I
Hi,
had
hi,
a
hi, Sheffy.
situation, if it
Mhm.
was a situation like that, because this was out of her control. All of this was out of
Mhm.
control. The fact that
Mhm.
he had these male prostitutes doing this with her. If it was his homeboys, I think that would have been even worse, even though I'm thinking about
Mhm.
diseases
Well,
and all this, because I can't believe it's so hard to rationalize this happening,
right.
that
It's
somebody sick
abuse,
enough that would want to
but
do this
It's
Lady
at
rape.
Tia,
all.
this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking, Lady Tia. And hi, Sheffy. Sheffy, what's going on with you and Brianna? She said something about you was playing her video. Did she strike your channel or something, Sheffy? But let me say this, Lady Tia, about that. When it comes to that situation, I think what Cassie don't know is when she heard him hiring them male prostitutes and stuff. After he got through, after I think it's he was she said he was getting off by watching them do this and all that, right? I
Right.
think when he started her when he started making her find them and solicit them and everything, right, the sex trafficking and all of that, I think that after they was done with her, he went and he did what he did with some of them too. And that's the
Yeah.
reason why I think he had her doing the soliciting to find the guys, because he was wanting to be with them too. And I think eventually he was with them too. You know what
That's
I
Because
mean?
exactly what he was
I
doing.
think what
He
she
wanted
was,
to
Hmm.
she
see
was
who
saying
was
it
going
without saying
before.
it. She
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
saying that without saying it, that he was interested in those male prostitutes as well. She
Yeah.
said it without saying it, because I
Yeah.
believe that too, Miss O. I think he was
Hmm.
interested in certain things when it came sexually, which is so sick. because
Yeah.
he wanted to be with those men as well.
I think he was with some of them. That's why he had
Yeah,
her on the computer finding them and and approaching them and stuff. That was his way of him protecting himself.
right.
And I've always wondered, and this here I don't think he'll ever speak on it, but I think it's so sick what was going on between him and Usher when Usher went and stayed with him when he was 10 years old.
Right.
Because I saw a video when he was talking to what's that short guy's name, the short
Kevin
comedian.
Hart.
Kevin Hart, when he was saying first, he said he had a slip of the tongue talking about when him and Usher would wake up, and then he said
In the
my
morning.
fault. After he would
Mm,
get up in the morning, then I would get up. We would wrestle over the frosted flakes and all of this and all that. All of that was so creepy to me. What you mean you
yeah,
wrestling with a 10-year old over frosted flakes? Do you see what I'm
right.
saying? And what you mean you waking up with him
And
as if
how
he was
you
in your bed or
wrestling
something?
over frosted flakes? The frosted flakes
Right,
are supposed to be in the kitchen. So
right.
you
You know
mean to
what I
tell me
mean?
y'all laying in the floor rolling around like I got
Thank
it, no,
you.
I got it.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know
you
what I
get
mean.
into
And
That was
that
then
that was real
speculation.
wrestling.
uncomfortable. Yeah,
But
I was like,
I
oh,
think Diddy been bisexual for a very long time because
for his whole life.
like you said, Miss O, everybody can't be lying.
Right. And now, they saying that young Miami girl ain't nothing but a beard for him, and all of this and all that. Because she online, I'm going to do a pre recorded video about this, but she
Oh,
online
good.
arguing with that Gina V girl. The Gina V has been around since before Cassie has been
Right,
around. And they say that he beat her up so bad one time that she lost a baby, allegedly.
right.
The Gina V girl. And so it's just like a lot of stuff. But I'm gonna do a pre-recorded because her and Young Miami is going back and forth, and the Young Miami is talking real bad about the Gina girl. And they found this picture of Young Miami with the white nails on, and they also found the old picture. Yeah, they also found the old picture with the Gina girl and the white nails on. But I'm gonna put all that in my pre-recorded video, child, because he got a history and he's still doing the same
Yep.
thing. But at the end of the day, I think he treats them women so bad is because he
He
don't
hates
feel like he can
women.
be
He don't
openly
like women.
gay, and he don't
It's
like
more than
women.
that. He
Yeah, he don't
hates
like
his
women.
mother because
Mm,
she didn't protect him from his
mm,
father and the rest
mm,
of the people. That's
mm.
what it is.
Yeah, he
And I
got a
think
real
he don't like
anger
women.
problem towards women.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't think he. Yeah, I think he have an anger problem towards women too. But he
yeah.
Hmm.
know that in the light, it's supposed to be politically correct having a
Hmm.
woman, but he don't
He
treat
thinks
these
he's
women
above
well at
being
all.
politically correct.
He
That's the
does
thing.
now. He
He thinks
does
he's
now. But
above
back
it.
then,
He's a
back then,
loose cannon.
yeah, it's commonplace for a man to be openly gay now, right? But back in
Right.
the day, it wasn't commonplace, and he was in he was the bad boys and all of this and all this rap mogul and stuff, and that wasn't cool back in the day for rappers to sleep with other men.
But that's why
Now
he
not
always
so
had the
much.
parties, Miss O.
But
He
guess
always
what?
Right?
had those
Li-
exclusive parties, and
Yeah,
you only had to be invited to be able to join into those parties.
yeah,
But it's a lot of people have never been to those parties. But those
yeah,
who have and come back
yeah,
again, they answer
yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah,
I
but a
tell you
lot of
what.
these rappers, like 50 Cent, can't stand it. 50 Cent said
Oh,
that
50
one
Cent
time
don't play.
he said he asked him, Diddy asked him, did he want to go shopping? And 50 Cent
Right.
said, what this dude want me to go, why he want to take me shopping? I'm not a woman.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? If Future don't like him, that Future guy don't like him,
Oh,
because he want to come to Future's hotel room and drink with him one time, and cause they out and heard the rumors,
you
and this
shoot.
some of these rappers be speaking out against him, and Lord knows, and then I feel like speaking about the rappers and these guys taking advantage of these young rappers and stuff because they so hungry for fame, and they want to be stars and stuff. Look at how I think Birdman really destroyed what's his name? I think he really destroyed
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne. Yeah, yeah. I think that's why Lil Wayne was on drugs so bad. Ain't no telling what Birdman did to Lil
Yeah,
Wayne.
he was
Cause
a
because when Lil Wayne started out, he was a teenager, like
baby,
when he was
baby.
about 15 to 16 years
No,
old. Hey, huh? Baby
A
T, did you
year?
go out? I think her internet might be messing up. But yeah, I think the reason why Lil Wayne got so many problems these days is what Birdman may have done to him. Like, I really do. Because it was a lot of stuff coming out about Birdman, too. You know.
All them, but Birdman and Baby and I can't believe I'm having this conversation about rappers because I just remember some of these stories, but I'm not into
Mm-hmm.
that thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I know about Diddy because Diddy is more our age bracket per se.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Okay,
Birdman is too. You know, he was taking advantage of young boys like Diddy take advantage of him, but
yeah,
he's not a Diddy. But Birdman ain't a Diddy. You know what I mean?
I never knew about all of that because like I just hear the stories when they come out. I never knew who Birdman was until I heard the
Mm-hmm.
story.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I don't follow rap like that. I don't listen to
yeah,
it. But
yeah. I had Lil Wayne kissing him.
I know Diddy before he was Diddy. I knew him before he was Puffy. I knew him when his name was freaking Sean.
Right, right. Thank you,
Okay.
Lady Tia. Lady Tia said her phone died. She enjoyed it. Thank you,
All
Lady Tia.
right.
But yeah, Birdman, I think Birdman, in my opinion, had Lil Wayne kissing him in the mouth and all of this and all that. And I seen a video one time of Birdman. Yes, when he was in a hotel room with this other guy and they both had, like they just had both got out the shower and all of this and all of that. It's rumors
Mhm.
about Birdman too and how he used Tony Braxton as a beard and not only Tony Braxton, but some more women around there in Atlanta used them as a beard because they in the rap industry and they feel like they couldn't be open at that point in time and out, outwardly gay. And there's just a whole bunch of nonsense. Even when it come down to Will Smith, they were saying Will Smith, the reason why he allegedly, they feel he is allegedly bisexual is called, do you remember that movie 7 Pounds that Will Smith did? He was
Yes.
real young and it's an old movie. So they said when he
Was
did,
it real, y'all?
they said when he did that movie, they believe like to prepare for that role, they had him watching gay porn and they was directing him to, act more feminine and all of this and all that, and
But
they
seven
feeling like
pounds?
yeah, that 7 pounds movie.
No, that
Is
don't
it
make
no,
sense.
no, not 7 pounds.
No,
6 degrees
no.
of separation. I'm sorry,
Oh,
it
I
was six.
remember
It's
that.
called
Honey, let me tell you
yeah,
something. The
yeah,
moment
six
I
degrees of
saw that
separation.
movie and I saw that, I said he's real damn comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. But they said that they groomed him into being comfortable because he was young when
Grew
he did
my
that
ass. He
movie.
looked like he was already comfortable. He looked
But
comfortable.
child, you know what's going on now, right? And
Yeah.
so, and so yeah, they was making speculations like that and stuff too. Just read my book about Will Smith. But it's a lot of I felt like Will Smith. I think he done been to. There's a reason why people don't like Jada, and I think at the end of the day, Jada done been a beard for him forever. You know what I mean? But Jada got
Hmm.
her own set of issues going on about
Yeah.
how hard she had to grow up because her mama was a drug addict, and ain't no telling what happened to Jada before she left was it Pittsburgh or Philadelphia, wherever, and she
Right,
moved
Philly.
to
Yeah.
Hollywood. By the time
Hmm.
she got to Hollywood, she was under the mindset of her doing whatever she got to do to be a star.
To make it.
She had
Yeah.
learned that. She had learned that when she was back with her mama. Because she was real
Yeah.
pretty. And when she was saying, I remember when she did that interview talking about something, she used to be a drug dealer. No, girl, you used to fool with the drug dealers. Okay, and ain't no telling if her mama done allegedly sold her for dope or anything could have happened to her. You know,
Hmm.
but I think she got some kind of hold over Will Smith. Like I really do. I'm not lying about because
Um,
people feel like she not being honest, totally honest, and I don't think she being totally honest either, honestly. But she
you
can't
know
be.
what? Believe it or not, I'm going to say
Hmm.
that she is actually still trying to protect Will.
Yeah, she is absolutely.
Uh-huh.
She
She
absolutely
is.
is. Yeah,
And the
I
only
absolutely
reason
agree.
why we know anything about August Alsina is because he told.
Cause he told, yeah, he brought it out.
He
He the one
told it.
told it. Yeah,
Yeah. We
yeah, he
wouldn't have
told.
known any of this.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I mean, everybody was shocked to find out that they had been separated since 2016. They wasn't even living in
Okay.
a house together.
See, they've been doing things good, and it took one big mouth boy. See, that's what happened when you put that veteran
Hmm.
on him. You put that
Hmm.
old lady on him. Hey, hey,
Hmm. Yep, yep.
you had
He
no
got mad because
business.
she didn't want to be with him like that. You
Right.
know, and so
Ran
yeah,
that
she wasn't
poor
gonna
boy
leave Will.
crazy.
Ran him crazy. Yep, put it on him and ran
Okay.
him crazy.
And then
I
it
agree.
continued, and one incident after another, and it got
Yeah,
ridiculous. But
yeah. He just felt the way about it.
there's something I want to tell you about. I don't know if you've ever
Mhm.
seen this. Now,
Mhm.
I used to be subscribed to DJ Vlad. Do you know who that
Mhm.
is? Vlad
Yeah, Vlad
TV?
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This had to be, oh my God, it might have been a good 10 years ago, maybe 8, maybe 10.
Mhm.
There's this guy. There's this rapper, which something's wrong with him. You can tell he's way off. He's out of his fucking tree. Something's wrong with him. Somebody
Mhm.
needs to get a butterfly net and catch him and
Mm.
put him in the white truck. Yeah,
Mm.
that's how off this guy is. But he's
Mhm.
a rapper, and he's got like the tattoos on his face don't even look like tattoos. He got like scribble and tic tac toe and shit, just all kinds of stuff on his face.
Mhm.
And he had been doing he had done a few interviews on Vlad. Hold on.
Mhm.
He had done a few interviews on there.
Mhm.
And in one particular interview, he was talking about Diddy.
Mm.
And I said, when he did that interview, I said, oh, his career is over. I
Mm.
know Puff getting ready to get his ass. Oh, right? And then
Mhm.
I never heard a response. And then the
Mm.
guy came out and doubled down. And I never heard a response. And let me tell you what he said. He was talking about, yeah, I like him. I like me. Yeah, I'll F him in the, you know what?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can tell it. Yeah, because we used to do this before. He was saying all this stuff, and I'm saying, oh, I know there's gonna be a response to come out about this.
Mhm.
Not a peep.
Mm.
Not a peep. And I'm sitting here scrolling through this stuff looking now. I am 12 years back. I'm gonna find this guy.
Mhm.
Does anybody out there know who he is?
I don't
He's
know.
really off his rocker. I've never seen him in mainstream anything. But
Mm.
he is a rapper and he's got like scribble marks and tic tac toe on his face.
I don't know. I don't know. It's so many of them. I don't know nothing about these young ones. You know what I mean? So I don't know who he is. Ain't no
Excuse me.
telling, child. Ain't no
At
telling.
this
You
point, this
know.
guy's got to be pretty old himself because
Mm.
this had to be at least 10 years ago,
Oh
maybe
wow.
8. But
Oh
I'm gonna
wow.
go 10. Yeah.
Oh wow, child! You know they all dance around in the synagogue of Satan, and so
You
you
did
got
not
to be
say the synagogue
just
of
don't never know.
Satan.
Yes, I did it because I believe it. Lady Tia, yeah, I saw that whole interview. And I believe him too, Tasha. Lady Tia, and did you hear that man when he said he lived out of the country because he don't want nobody to to do nothing to him? Hey, real life in cyberspace. She said Daylight. Is the man's name Daylight?
Yeah, that's him. Who said it? That's him.
Real
And
life in cyberspace. She said his name is Daylight.
yeah, but it's spelled a odd way. Yeah,
Mm.
that's his name, Daylight.
Mm.
Oh my God, that's him. Yes. Okay, let me look him up. Let me look him up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
That's
didn't
his
see that.
name.
But real life in cyberspace, his name is Daylight. Yeah.
Yes. So you see
Mm-mm.
what I saw, right? Was that not crazy? Real life in cyberspace,
I didn't
baby. When
see
I
it.
tell you, ooh, Olivia,
Oh
baby.
my God.
Hold on, I got it
Ooh.
right here. What's it?
And he did the interview on DJ Vlad. You say?
Yes,
I'm gonna try to
several.
find it. I'm gonna try to find it. I sure am.
I'm
I'm gonna
on it
try to
right
find
now.
it. Oh my goodness, girl, people crazy. People is crazy. Hey, real life in
Oh, he's
cyberspace, how you been
definitely
doing, girl?
crazy.
I ain't seen you in a long time, real life. But
He
yeah,
is.
he sound
He's
crazy.
definitely crazy.
I
But
wonder is that interview still up? Cause I'm gonna try to find it.
oh yeah, it is. Look, I'm looking for it right now. Okay, let me see.
He tried to say he was trolling, but there's no way. Real life said he
No,
tried to say he was trolling, and she said, but there is no way. I guess he said too
no.
much, right?
Yeah, it was no trolling. Okay, he spells it Daylyt.
Daylight
Yeah.
or
Okay, so
daylit,
let me go
daylight.
to Vlad TV. Okay, I'm Vlad, DJ Vlad.
Child, there's too much going on.
Day.
Mm-mm. Honey, people are crazy these days. Lord have
Dang,
mercy.
I can't do it on my phone like I can do it on my laptop. Hold on.
Child, I'm gonna search for it too, child.
Yes,
I am.
search you got, and I'm gonna tell you, you can tell right away this guy is way off his rocker. But I'm gonna tell you
Mm,
what, I don't think he told any lies.
probably didn't. Nah.
And you see, I'm so glad. Thank you. Real life is not in cyberspace. Thank you. I'm
Mm-hmm.
so glad somebody remembered that. That was crazy. And when I tell you, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I just knew he was gonna come out with something, and I ain't heard a peep.
Oh my
Now you
God.
gonna tell me somebody can talk about digging you out like that,
Huh.
and you don't say something?
Ain't that something? Child, people are
Mm.
crazy. Well, who did y'all hear? I seen a video going down my timeline one day about some rapper, and he posed a ate his girlfriend, like literally ate her body or something like that. Have
Hell,
you
it
ever
might have
seen
been
that one?
him. Was it him?
Huh?
It might have been him. Was it
No, I
him?
don't think it was the daylight person. But I seen that video going down my timeline. If I can find it again, I'm gonna put it on my community wall. Okay, just
You
read my
talking about
book.
recently?
No, This is I seen the video was a couple of years old.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. If you put,
Uh huh.
I'll be looking at your wall and to see if you put that up.
Yeah, girl, I be looking at all them kind of crazy videos and it just be
Yeah.
tripping me out. But a whole lot of these rappers be coming out talking about how the weird stuff
Yeah.
that they want those artists to do, in this the same thing they be wanting them to do on the couch, on the casting couch. That's the same
Mm-hmm.
way it go in the music industry, child.
Mm-hmm.
It's sick when
Look,
people think they got
people
power
get
over you.
people get blackballed for not giving it up.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay? It's
Yeah,
not for doing it and then threatening to tell, or
yeah.
doing it and then when they make it, don't do it anymore. You're doing
Hmm.
it because you're blackballing them because they won't.
Ain't that something? Martin said the Illuminati was after him and they tried to say he was crazy
Well,
when he
now
was
wait a
running down
minute.
the
Now
street
Martin,
naked.
yeah, now he did do some crazy shit. Now wait a minute. Now he did run down. He was naked with a skull cap on in a
Naked with a
100-degree
skull
weather,
cap on.
jogging. Now, yeah,
I
that shit
kind of
was
laughed, but
crazy.
it was crazy, but it might be some validity to that, child. And why is it that Tom Cruise don't never look? No, he supposed to be in that church. Oh, and Lady T was talking about that Tasha K interview that she did with Will Smith's assistant. He writing a book, and the title of his book is Jada and Will Smith in their demonic circle or something like that. I was like, Lord have mercy. Soul Sister said, Cecily Tyson did an interview long time ago explaining how she got into the dancing world. Look it up. I might have to, Soul Sister.
Do
Chad, there a
you
lot of
know the
weird stuff
thing?
going on.
And look, Cicely Tyson's life was honey, it was a bit, and I remember as a child knowing everything about her because my mom loved her,
Mm-hmm.
and my dad loved her, and we really follow her. We even from Broadway, not just movies and things like that,
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
Broadway and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
do you know that she was married to Miles Davis?
No, I didn't know that. Wait,
Hmm.
did I know?
She
No,
was
I
married
didn't
to
know that.
Miles Davis. Her life is interesting.
Mm-mm.
He was abusive.
Oh wow, I can believe it. I can believe it. I'm not
Yeah,
surprised at
but
all.
he
Yeah.
ugly as a homemade sin. That's why he's so
Mm.
damn mean,
He
ugly.
was probably so mad. He was probably so mean because he was ugly.
Yeah, that's why he was so damn ugly. That's what it was. So
Yeah,
he
yeah.
went
I,
so
I
damn and
told her
never
I
did
had to
what you
tell
do.
I had to tell my great niece. She real pretty. Them girls be picking with her in school, but they got her mistaken, right? Cause she is mean as a snake. Did you hear me? And I
Uh-huh.
told her the other day, as long as them girls don't put their hands on you, don't worry about them. They just mad cause they ugly, and you not. They just mean cause they ugly. It ain't your
Okay.
fault. It's their mama's fault cause they ugly, just like it's your mama's fault cause you pretty. It ain't
Okay.
they mean cause they ugly. Child, that's why I be talking to my nieces and my nephews and stuff.
But you
They
got to.
ugly. That's why they mean. Don't worry
You
about them.
got
They
to.
be all right.
Honey, I tell my girls the truth. I don't say just ignore them and they'll go away, baby. Hell no. They'll have your baby balled up in the fetal position getting kicked. Fuck
That's
that.
why. That's why I said they
I'm
be having. They got my niece. She real high yellow. Like it just is. Some people real yellow in my family. Some people brown skin. Right, but none of us are real dark because of my grandmama. Right.
Mm.
And so she a real pretty girl, but they got her mistaken. They think how she pretty and they talk her stuff that she not gonna work them out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Child, my niece will go all over. You know how many cousins she got? She is not the chick. Look, she gonna hit you first. Okay, so they got her mistaken,
Mm-hmm.
and she trying to keep it cool. You know, she don't want to cause no problems. The girl, she don't have problems like it for real. Um.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it have it done started? Lady, has D Spot's challenge? Is challenge started? Lady T, has it started already? Because if it started already, I'm going to end the video anyway. But I didn't know he had started. I thought this
Oh,
thing was
okay.
at 5. I thought it was at 5 or 5:30. It's just 4:30. Well, my time anyway. Lady T, has it
Mine
started already?
too.
But anyway, just read my book. Child, they got her mistaken. Okay, it don't matter how pretty she is. It don't matter. It don't make no. Oh, it started. Okay, I'm out to close. But
All
just
right.
cause she pretty, just read my book don't mean she won't go off. Don't mean she won't
Okay.
hurt you. Okay, cause she don't do that pulling her stuff. She gonna punch you. She got too many boy cousins not to know how to fight, and that's what happened to me. Okay, I had too many boy cousins not to know how to fight. All right.
Okay. So I ain't pulling no damn hair. I'm going for
Uh,
teeth and tongue.
yeah, she gonna
Damn it.
punch you dead in the nose. She
Okay.
can
I'm
rumble
trying
with
to
the
break
best of
your
them.
cartilage. I'm trying to
I
bust
swear.
your grill.
I swear they got her
Pulling hair.
mistaken. I ain't worried about her. They better be worried. They better be worried about her. All right. But she came
Okay.
home and she let us know it's finna go down. If they don't
Oh
leave me alone,
no.
it's finna go down.
Oh
So she tried to
no.
warn us, and her mama went and talked to the people at school, and
Yeah.
little mama said, "What channel you about to go?" I finna go to D Spot's channel, little mama, cause he having the charcuterie board challenge. Anyway, just read my book. Let me get off here, cause I don't want my video interrupting his challenge. Okay, cause
All
I
right. Well,
really
is
want to
Niecy
go over
okay?
there.
Did it
Huh?
go? It didn't go down. It's okay. She didn't fight nobody. She didn't take nobody's head off.
Well, now she ain't had to she ain't had to fight yet. You know, she don't want to get
Good.
in trouble, and she just
Good.
went to the ninth grade. But they got her mistaken. You know, but so she did tell the mama, and the mama did try to go talk to the school, and that's really all that they could do. Because if she punched somebody, it's gonna be their fault. Because
But
she
that's
don't
okay
want them
because they
first.
got the paper trail. That's all I
Yeah,
needed
they
was a
got a
paper
paper
trail.
trail, right?
So
Yeah, they
I'm
got a
good.
paper trail. Yeah, they got it. That's why mama, went up there and talked to them about the situation. You know, they always tell you we gonna do A, B, C, and D, and they really don't do nothing. As far as the principles and all of this and all that. But at least she done let them know what happened. See what's
Well, just
going
tell
on.
her when she go for that nose, go in the upward position to push that bone in her brain. That's all. Just tell her.
Okay, I told
Okay.
I said Kazaya, if you can, just tell them to meet you across the street, at the little subway or whatever, and then you
No,
handle
don't
your
tell them that
business.
either. Don't
Try
even
not
tell
to do it
them
on
that.
school grounds. I
No, don't
want her
even
to
tell
do
them
it on
that.
school grounds.
Don't even tell them that. No, no, because
Yeah,
that means that you're setting it up and you're planning it. They'll flip that shit on her. Just
but that's
tell her
true too.
if she gotta, yeah. Just tell her if she gotta swing, swing
Yeah,
this way. Go for this
yeah.
part of the nose because
Yeah,
it's gonna
I
go
don't
right
know
up
why them little
underneath.
girls be acting like that they want to. Girl, I guess it ain't no different when we was kids. But anyway, child, let me get off here. Just
All
read my
right,
book.
bye
I
bye.
am so happy that I've talked to you. Please feel free to hit my link anytime you want to. Okay?
Well, thank you so much. I felt real welcome today, and thank
Oh,
you.
you
And
are
I'll see you.
absolutely welcome. Absolutely, and I hope you'll hit the link. And if I'm ever on the channel and you got something you want to say, just tell me to drop the link. Cause sometimes, child, I get to go and just read my book, and I'll forget about it. I forget about the link.
Well, you have a good day. I'm gonna go over
All
there and
right.
take a peek at the competition too.
Okay, all right. Have a good day. Thank you.
You
I'll
too.
talk to you
Bye
later.
bye.
All righty. Well, y'all, I'm going to get off here because please head over to D Spot's channel because Lady Tia just informed me that the challenge is underway, and y'all meet me over there, right? And thank y'all so much. And I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I really enjoyed this conversation. Thank you, Journey, for being my temporary moderator, child. I thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And y'all all have a great day like Journey said, and I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Thank y'all. Bye bye. Peace.